What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Cleveland Cavaliers fans? Welcome to San Antonio's. Welcome to TSR Sports. I'll be doing a live play-by-play for tonight's game. What a live scoreboard game clock for the Cleveland Cavaliers visiting the San Antonio Spurs, who are in the midst of a two-game winning streak. You might say, well, TSR Sports two-game winning streak, whoop-de-doo. Well, we consider they had an 11-game losing streak before that. Feels pretty good to get some wins on this side of the column, in the win column instead of the loss column. Anyway, hope everybody's doing great. It is a Monday night. There's a Monday night football game on tonight. I don't even remember who's playing. Kind of out of touch with the NFL as my team continues to get worse and worse as every week passes by due to injuries and whatnot. Selena Gomez, thank you for being here. How are you doing tonight? Okay, good to see. If you haven't done so, please hit the thumbs up. Fast, be fun, nutritious, and delicious, and it does help the channel. And as always, go Spurs, go! All right. Jeremy Sohan, Jakob Pertl still out. I don't know what's going on there. I feel like they're out indefinitely. Even me, like you try to be, for the most part, captain positive when it comes to Spurs and not question what they're doing. I'm kind of wondering, why aren't they playing? It's been over 2 weeks. Shouldn't they be good to go by now? I don't know. Good evening, Spur of the moment. Eamon Cushman, Jacob Frederick, I am Proton Official, Porter Hobson, Jacob Frederick, King Jorge, Mr. Z, W. Gad. Selena Gomez is still a Spurs fan. Seeing her on G. Awesome. Injury report for the Spurs tonight. KBD out. Jakob Pertl out. Blake Wesley out. Jeremy Sohan out. No, available. Available. All right, Jeremy Sohan is good to go. I saw him screwing around with Keldon Johnson about 5 minutes ago, and I thought, if you can goof around on the court, can't you play? Well, apparently can. Nice to see that he is coming back. Benjamin Lynn, good evening. Porter, probably. They are the better team, but you never know in the NBA. There's the old saying, any given Sunday, which applies to football. Well, that certainly applies to basketball as well. The Spurs, on paper, should have lost to the Heat, found a way to win despite having a ton of guys out. You never know. You have, the worst teams in the NBA do have wins, and you get wins by maybe having the hot hand and the other team having the cold hand, and you sneak a win in. Cushman baseball chat. Yes, I do. Your name looked familiar when I saw you in there. I was like, I feel like this is somebody I talked to a few years ago, but I do remember the baseball channel. Yes. D. Mitch, as far as I know, most of the Cavs team is ready to go tonight, and it's going to be a handful. Donovan Mitchell has been fantastic for the Cavaliers since joining from the Utah Jazz. I think he's averaging 29 points per game. Cleveland comes in with a 17-10 record, 4 games out of first place, just behind the Boston Celtics, who've been terrific this year at 21-6, and the Milwaukee Bucks at 19-7. So Cavs probably will be a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. How far can they go? Who the heck knows? Playoffs is a totally different animal. You could be so-so in the regular season, a playoff team, of course, but so-so, and then just something clicks. Now, we don't see that happen as much as the NBA as other sports, but it could still happen. Juan Soto yes, Ethan Cushman. You had a channel that you shut down, right? I do remember the Juan Soto Appreciation Club. Maybe I'm getting confused with somebody else. But yes, I do remember the Juan Soto Appreciation Club. Absolutely. The wrenches are coming in. Smash that thumbs up. Sorry, man, they suck. Uh, I don't want to make excuses for the Giants at all, Phil. Their secondary is decimated with injuries. They have no wide receivers. They might not win another game now. They're too beat up, and it sucks. Barkley's hurt too now. You've seen or if you've tracked his performance over the last month, he has nosedived in performance, and he's dealing with a neck injury. And I still think Brian Daboll is a great coach. I think they have the right people in place, but when your guys are all injured, it's just speaking of injuries, the team that's been losing a lot of games because of injuries and a lack of talent, similar to the New York Giants. If you have a lack of talent, and we do, we have talent, don't get me wrong, but we don't have the guy. Maybe we could in the next draft, who knows? And then injuries on top of that. We've had a different starting lineup. I think almost every game since the start of November. Like somebody's always been out somewhere. Veronica, we can get 3 in a row, but man, it's going to be hard to beat this Cavaliers team, and they're a big team too. They got some size out there, something we struggle mightily with. So I expect the Cavs to have a lot of second chance opportunities tonight. Good evening, Coco sisters. Good evening, Eric. I'm not happy. That was, Veronica. I was watching that game. If you lost, that would have been more pathetic because the Texans, I believe, are the worst team in the NFL. But still, you don't want to see your team have that close of a game with a bad team. Now, my Giants got destroyed by the Eagles. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. So I take that with a grain of salt. I did put up my Christmas decorations. You've seen this before. This is pretty much all I'm putting up this year. So I've got two co-hosts tonight, plus Lena, so three. So yeah, we got a full couch tonight. Look at this. We got a full party here at the TSR Sports. We can win as long as we don't play. Poor Slug McDermott. Good evening, Asia. How are you doing, Richie? Go Spurs, go to you from San Diego. I mean, I, I think the general consensus in my last recap video. If you haven't watched it, make sure you watch it. I hate to see the recaps go below 1,000 views. Uh, but somebody made a good point that I've focused a little on the Spurs fan base and the team tankathon, and that's not what this channel is about. We're not rooting for the team to tank. I think that the general vibe I get from a good portion of Spurs fans is we are rebuilding this year. This year's about growth, getting the right players in place, seeing what we have with our current guys. We're probably gonna lose a lot of games on the way, and probably end up with a top five draft pick. In the end, it depends which ball swings which way in the thingy, the machine. I don't even know if they're using balls anymore than they've been. Now, I'm not trying to be dirty, maybe a little bit, but maybe it's just all electronic now. We could come out with the first overall pick. We could come out with the fifth overall pick, and there's obviously a very big difference in who you're going to get in the NBA draft, especially this coming draft. And it's a good draft, too. Gargo, he does need a Santa hat. That's a good point. A little or a little Spurs jersey. Maybe I could get like a little jersey for a dog and put it on him. Do you think Mitchell is going to have a? Yes, Jacob. I don't think we really have anybody that can shut down Donovan Mitchell. I expect him to go for 30 plus. The key is shutting down the rest of the team. You got those guys on teams that are going to get their points no matter what. It's what you do with the rest of the team. Like when the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan was going nuts in the 90s. Too many teams beat them, but Jordan was going to get his points no matter what. Could you stop the rest of the team? Same thing when Kobe was leading the Lakers or LeBron was leading insert team name here because he's been on a few different rosters. They're going to get their stats, if you will. But can you shut down everybody around them? Zach Collins, Mr. Z, I'm a little mixed. He has been physical. He's shown some good things, but he's been racking up the fouls at a very high clip, fouling out of 2 out of his last 5 games, I think. And while I like what I'm seeing with the physicality, if you're in constant foul trouble and getting fouled out of games, you're not really helping us. That being said, that's opened up opportunities for Charles Bassey, who is Isaiah Roby starting tonight? I've not been too impressed with his performance as of late. Somebody that I have been impressed with, though, Romeo Langford in the starting lineup tonight. He's been a pleasant surprise. I'm happy to be wrong about him, Spurs fans. I thought he was just going to be a bust and we'd be done with him at the end of the year, and he has looked fantastic the last 2 weeks, playing some really solid defense, but the offense, the biggest question mark on his resume, has really been coming around lately. Sohan is in, but I think he's coming off the bench. Good evening, good at 2K. By the way, curious for my subscribers here, you may have seen a slight, not change in content, but additional content. I did the David Robinson 71 points in 60 seconds. Today I dropped Kobe's 81 in 60 seconds. And that's kind of the type of content I want to put up moving forward as just supplemental content. Huge games that players had in less than a minute, or great moments in the NBA. Like a huge dunk on somebody and just, get that, maybe different camera angles, a little analysis. So that's kind of what I'm doing because I do feel I need to add different NBA content in. And I do love 80s and 90s NBA, so I could, or not 80s, 90s and 2000s NBA. I still love the sport. I just don't like to chucking threes up all the time. Maybe Phil, but you're generally more on the side that all the Spurs fouls are sus, aren't you? For the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, Lamar Stevens, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and Darius Garland. Spurs are going to have their hands full. Mitchell, I did say it before, and I was correct. He is averaging 29 points per game, which I believe would be a career high if he finishes at that rate. I missed your comment. I didn't miss that one. Good evening, Cody Vlogs Venture. I meant Rich. Did you call me the wrong? Oh, I didn't even catch it. Yo, what's up, Nick? That could be a Nick. So I believe the Spurs starting lineup is Well, here it is. Keldon Johnson, Isaiah Roby, Zach Collins, Romeo Langford, Trey Jones. Is Devin Vassell out again? I saw Keldon was on the question report. Is Devin Vassell on a minutes restriction coming off the bench? So this is another. I just mentioned 5 minutes ago, maybe, that the Spurs have had a different starting lineup almost every game. Keita Bates Diop out, with Jeremy Sohan coming off the bench. Now we're rolling with Isaiah Roby in the starting lineup, who has not been very impressive to date for the most part. So I hope tonight he shows us something. But my goodness, no more air balls, Isaiah Roby. He's been chucking up the air, and I don't want to see it anymore. I don't know. Anyway, the players are on the court, and away we go. Tip-off is won by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Darius Garland will get us started off. And now we have a whistle already? Is this a foul or just a game clock issue? Exactly. Your Spurs never foul. Rich, I said my mom would tell my own. Oh, good. Glad to hear that, Asia. Unfortunately, I have to go to a funeral tomorrow, and I don't like funerals. Not tying into what you said, I'm glad she's okay, but just made me think about family, and I have to. I just well, you've had. I know you've lost a lot too over the last year or two. So yeah, Cavs get on the board first, 2-0. Donovan Mitchell with the jumper on his way to 100 points tonight. Okay, maybe not 100, but you know what? If somebody went off against the Spurs for 100, I would enjoy it as a content creator because that would be something to behold, but I don't want it to happen. Isaiah Roby with the ball, 6 in the shot clock, gets it over to Romeo Langford. Langford drives in the paint. Jumper, good. Romeo Langford, man. Per Iceman. Oh, Joe, did he say that? I did not know that. That's a turnover for the Cavs. Trey Jones will bring it up, gets it up to Cal. No, he turned the ball over. Trey Jones with a errant pass that gets intercepted by Jarrett Allen. Spurs, one of the worst teams in the NBA when it comes to controlling the ball and not turning it over. Cavs ball. Mitchell, quick pull up three. Oh boy. He's feeling good tonight. Thank you, Mr. Zane. Romeo is really showing something next up. He's been very impressive lately, and I hope it continues. Zach Collins over to Trey Jones. Trey Jones drives into the paint. Layup, no good. Fight for the board. Zach Collins gets the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Romeo Langford. Langford back to Trey Jones. Jones over to Zach Collins. Collins at the top of the key. Over back to Trey Jones. Jones with the jumper off the glass. Good. Wow, I'm a little out of breath after that one. Yes, Verlander got a huge contract, Asia, like 2 years, and was it 35 or 40 million a year? And he's gonna be like 40 years old, but he also won the Cy Young. So I mean, this year I believe he won the Cy Young, didn't he? Offensive foul on the Cavs. Spurs ball. It's like a little too much pick on that pick and roll. Raging me as well. Dar Shorts, I hope you're right. Benjamin from Cleveland, thank you for stopping in. Christian, good evening. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful evening. This is a live play-by-play reaction scoreboard. I think we have a wonderful community here in the chat. Even though some of us have different opinions, I think pretty much keep it civil, and that's a good thing. Kellen with the runner, no good. Fight for the board, and the ball come down to Isaiah Roby's hands. Roby back to the hoop, throws it up, and the Spurs have taken the lead 6-5, and we are going to have a timeout. All right, timeout Cavs. Rotating players is good because they'll never know which players are up to snuff. We'll need every player to win it all. This year is not aiming for. No, we're not aiming for the playoffs, Benjamin. I've accepted that. Winning only one game in November kind of changed, in my opinion, on the outcome of the season. I just want to see our guys grow. I want to see them develop. I want to see. What I don't want to see is blowouts. When we're getting crushed by 30 at the half, I don't like that. You know what else I don't like? The NBA Pass is now doing a set series of ads every commercial for 2 minutes. The problem is sometimes these timeouts are less than 2 minutes, so they're coming back from commercial and you've missed 5 to 10 seconds of live game, which to me is unacceptable. You're paying for the service, you're paying to watch the games, and they are literally interrupting game viewing by showing a commercial. You almost never see that in the NFL. They go to commercial break, one of their million commercials, but when they come back, you don't miss any of the game. And I've noticed on NBA Pass lately, you are missing segments of the game. And that's what if they do this nonsense near the end of the game, although I don't think they've been going to commercial in their defense near the end of the game. But what if you miss a big play? What if you miss a play of the type year thing? They come back and you see him in a replay. Yay, great, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Devin is dressed. I think he's coming off the bench, Veronica. Taiwo John, San Antonio was awesome. I'm maybe I'll try to do it every year. Not for 5 days, but maybe a 3-day weekend when the Spurs have a back-to-back, like on Friday and Saturday. Fly up Friday morning, see the game on Friday night, see the game on Saturday night, fly back on Sunday. That would be very doable and much cheaper than staying there 5 days. It would be only 2 nights of a hotel, 3 days of a car rental, and I think that I might try to do once a year. Next game is Wednesday. We play Portland at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then we have the Miami Heat again on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm probably not calling that game. I don't like streaming during the day for two reasons. One, I'm usually have something to do. So that's that. That kind of eliminates it. But also those streams tend to do very poor because y'all are doing stuff too. It's an afternoon. So we'll see. I can only hope, Asia. I did go to 3 comic book stores, Sol 77. It's been good, Patriots fan. Thank you. I hit 3 comic book stores. I didn't find any comics. Comics were actually more expensive in Texas than they are in Connecticut, which I thought was a shocker. But I did get some comic bags at the store I went to. It was Dragon's Lair in Texas, San Antonio, Fredericksburg, something. If you know that, you know the one. You know the one. Dragon's Lair, something. Really nice. The owner got to talk to him for a bit, and we had comic bags for only $3.50 for 100, which are usually like $7 up here. So I was like, yeah, I bought a couple of those and stuffed them in my carry-on. What little room I had in my carry-on. We are back to the game, by the way. Cavs had the ball, 14 on the shot clock. Don Mitchell has scored every point for the Cavs. He will dish it off to Allen. Allen misses the shot. It is Spurs ball up 6-5 with a little over 9 minutes to go. Langford has. Roby pull-up jumper. Okay. I talked a little smack about Isaiah Roby. Not smack, but just calling it like it is. Daniel Berry, good evening. Maybe Isaiah Roby can show us something tonight. And that's, I guess, one benefit. One of you mentioned in the comments earlier is getting to see players start that normally wouldn't and show us something. That's a miss and a fight for the board, and it's Spurs ball. Darius Garland with the missed jumper. Spurs on the run. They're going to have a wide open Langford from three. In and out Burger. Zach Collins with the rebound. We'll get it back over to Roby. He was open for three. He'll drive baseline instead. Double pump, and the shot off the glass, and it's good. And Roby off to a good start. The Mexico game. Okay. Nice. Playmaker Guido, good evening. Drafting Devin over Tyrese. Well, if the Spurs get one of the top 2 picks in the next draft, they're either going to get their center for the next 10 years. Donovan Mitchell just blows by the whole Spurs defense and throws it down for a dunk. And Donovan Mitchell has all the Cavs points. He has 7. Calvin with the run are no good. And that is Cavs ball. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley will bring it up for the Cavs. Gets up the court, tries to take it coast to coast, and throws up an air ball. That might have been partially blocked by Zach Collins. Spurs ball. As apparently the only person that can shoot for the Cavs right now is Donovan Mitchell. Kelvin Johnson, corner 3, no good. And he got hit in the face and goes down in front of the Spurs bench. No whistle. He's been getting popped in the face a lot lately. No pun intended, with no foul. That's another miss for the Cavs. They cannot make a shot. Langford, quick 3 down the other end. No good. I don't like that shot so much, Romeo. Don't. Yeah, just running up the court and launching a 3. No. Not a fan. 10-7. Spurs up by a 3. Darius Garland, pick and roll. Garland driving in the paint, stops, and will dish it back out. Can't see who has the ball for the Cavs. Back to Jared Allen. Jared Allen with a dunk in the paint. That's 2 dunks for the Cavs already. And he is the first Cav to score besides Donovan Mitchell. Spurs ball up by 1, 7 minutes ago. Collins pull-up jumper, good. Zach Collins from the free throw line, 12-9. Garland will bring it up again for the Cavs. Looking over to get it to D-Mitch. D-Mitch. Pick and roll into the paint. Loses the ball. And that's going to be Spurs ball on the turnover. Little butterfinger action. Donovan Mitchell with the turnover. They're showing a replay of the Mitchell dunk. And the crowd is cheering for something. I don't know what. Hope my chat didn't freeze. It hasn't moved in a while. Let me try that. There we go. Spurs ball. Jeremy Sohan is checked in. That's probably what the cheering is for. Good to see you, Jeremy. Welcome back. As Kellen gets wild, runs into the paint, loses the ball. Turnover is going to be Cavs ball. Benjamin, which stream? Your NBA stream? Airball roving, right? I mean, I got to call it like I see it, Benjamin. He was launching airball after airball this year. It is what it is. I don't like calling people out, but I'm not going to lie and say, oh, he's been playing great. Cavs ball. Is that Kevin Love who's checked in? Kevin Love is checked in for the Cavs. Quick pull-up jumper. Not quick, but a pull-up jumper by Karis LeVert, who's checked in for Cleveland, is good. Right around the free throw line, 12-11 Spurs. Up by one. And I don't see much of the Cavs being a Western Conference guy. Oh, turnover by the Spurs. And Sohan will actually get the loose ball. Now's a chance for a steal. Karis LeVert and Sohan were running after the ball. Sohan got it. 6 on the shot clock. Sohan and Romeo Langford, and we're going to have an offensive foul on the pick and roll. That's essentially a turnover. Sohan with the foul. Just okay, sounds good. Aerobics. Aerobie. Oh, I never thought I'd like doing play-by-play for any type of sport. But basketball, I do enjoy it. Other sports, I like calling Kristen Press. Mitchell with a bit of a Euro step in the paint, misses the layup. Jared Allen with the putback. Little jump hook is good, and the Cavs have taken the lead 13-12. That's Selena Gomez. That's not my girl. Definitely, I wish. I mean, dating a millionaire celebrity. And if she's, still a Spurs fan, that would be really cool. Jared Allen with the block on Kelvin, and we're going to have a late whistle and a foul on Jared Allen. The problem with him is he got drafted to a situation where Celtics were ready to win. That's true. Langford may have earned himself a contract if he keeps playing like this the rest of the season. Good evening, Ron Duffney. Kelvin Johnson at the line. 2 shots. Almost forgot. Would you? I don't know how I would. Kelvin misses the free throw. If the San Antonio Spurs organization ever called me up and said, or emailed me, hey, Bill Ladd's retiring, come on down. I'm out of Connecticut and moving to Texas. I would do that job in a heartbeat. Don't see that happening. Devasel checking in for the Spurs, as is Charles Bassimania. Kelvin's second free throw. That one is good. And we have a tied game, Spurs and Cavs fans. All right. Good game. We've watched our team, if you're a Spurs fan, be down quite a bit in the first quarter by a lot. So nice to see a competitive game so far. Oh my gosh. Jared Allen with a huge dunk in the paint. Spurs not protecting the rim or playing much defense in the paint as it is so far. Cavs up 15-13 with under 5 minutes ago. Sell over to Charles Bassey. Bassey back to Sohan. Sohan with a pull-up jumper. Air ball. Kelvin Johnson with a putback. No good. Fouled. Going to the line for 2. Well, that's not the shot I wanted to see from Jeremy Sohan. His first shot back. Might be a little rusty. We sit 5th right now in draft position. I think we're going to finish right around 4th or 5th. I think we'll finish as low as 5th, as high as 3rd. So between 3 and 5. I don't think we're going to be the worst team in the NBA. We'll need a little luck. Kelvin's first free throw is good when it comes to the lottery. Eric Calloway, let's go Spurs, and good luck to you, Cavs fans. I have no animosity towards Cavaliers fans. Why would I? There's no bad blood there. I know we played in the finals many years ago, but I mean, I have no animosity towards the Cavs. D. Mitch, over to Jared Allen. Allen, back out to Karis LeVert. LeVert's going to drive. We got an Allen in the paint. Out to Mitchell, who's open for 3. D. Mitch's 3 is, oh my goodness. I think he's got 10 points so far in the first quarter. He's on fire. NBA Jam on fire. He's on fire. Josh Richardson's checking in for the Spurs. He'll get it over to Devasel for 3. And Devasel, welcome to the game. I was going to say welcome back, but he played in our last game. I didn't get to see Austin. Austin is pretty darn far away, so I didn't go. I didn't feel like driving 90 minutes. If it was closer, I would have gone, but San Antonio was pretty much it. Pull up three. That is no good by C.D. Osman, Spurs ball. Good evening, Sugar J Cherry from the AT&T Center. Sorry we didn't get to meet when I was there over the weekend. Keldman in the paint, reverse layup, no good. Charles Bassey, putback is good. Charles Bassey, what you gonna do, brother? When Bassey Mania runs wild on you. I don't know. Don Mitchell one-on-one with Jeremy Sohan. Picks up his dribble. And now looking to pass the ball. Gets it over to Jaron Allen. Allen gets into Kevin Love, and Love is going to get fouled. I'm sure Austin's nice, Mr. Z. It's just, I didn't feel like driving 90 minutes one way to go see the Austin Spurs. I'm sorry. Just nope. Butterfly! Austin hugs my wife. I gotta meet some of y'all in the chat. I met a lot of Spurs subscribers, including A&TT Center employees when I was out there. But man, I need to meet. Smash that thumbs up. Butterfly, Sugar J Cherry, Veronica. We all need to meet up at a game. TSR section. Charles Bassey in his last 4 or 5 games is shooting 92% from the field. I think the stat I just saw. 92%. They're all close to the hoop shots, but still, 92%. Garland's runner no good. Ball falls back into Darius Garland's hands. He'll kick it out for three. That three is no good by Karis LeVert. It is Spurs ball. Up by 2, 3 minutes to go. Jay Rich over to Sohan. Sohan's open for three. Takes the three. Nope. Bassey with the rebound. Bassey will get it back to Devin Vassell. Jeremy Sohan's three-point shooting does leave a lot to be desired. Vassell off-balance jumper off the glass. No good to Bassey with the thunder dunk of justice. Didn't quite go in cleanly. He kind of hit the rim and then went in, but still, Charles Bassey with a huge offensive putback. Spurs up by 4. Slug McDermott is checked in the game for the Spurs. Sorry. Doug McDermott's checked in. Garland for three. No good. Off the rim, off the backboard. Sohan with the rebound. Devin Vassell will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Vassell takes off, gets into the paint, off the glass. Good. Good evening, all right, Garza. Boober the Cat says hello, and my hoodie says hello back to you. Thank you for the hoodie, my man. It's been getting some use. Spurs on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes, and then an easy layup in the paint by C.D. Osman. The Spurs defense was non-existent. Tell Boo Boo I said hi. What's happened with Spurs' recent young players? DeJounte Murray, I believe, is hurt. Is he not with the Atlanta Hawks? I don't know if it's anything serious. I mean, Lonnie Walker's kind of doing the same thing he did here in LA. DeJounte's doing kind of the same thing in Atlanta that he did here. Derek has been playing better with Boston, but he also was dinged up a lot the last few years with the Spurs. I mean, I don't know. It's a dunk. When I do that, I call it a dunk. So yeah, it's a dunk. They are. Asia, I think the Spurs should look at signing him for. I see loads of potential. Could he ever be a starter in the NBA? Don't know yet. Jury's out. But right now, he's a fantastic backup. I love the way he blocks shots. He just doesn't hit the ball and block it. He takes that thing and like volleyball spikes it when he blocks it. He puts it into the stands, and I love that. Jakob is still out, Christian. Dogshi, good evening. Jakob has been out for about 2 weeks now. Some people, a very small portion, you suggested on the channel, maybe the Spurs are holding him back intentionally for a potential trade. I don't think that's the case, but I wouldn't rule it out. Up close, it was great, Butterfly. Good evening, JHNSB. Good evening. Butterfly, I was talking about this before you came to the stream. I think I'd like to try to do that once a year, not a 5-day weekend, maybe just a 3-day weekend. Spurs play a back-to-back on Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. Go up, see both games, and leave the next day. That's only 3 days of rental. That's only 2 hotel. Cuts my hotel in half. And instead of being a $2,000 trip, it would be like, I don't know, like a $1,400 trip. And I could do that once a year. That is what I just said. Yes, it is. Good evening, Wick. I did meet Sean Elliott Asia. That was awesome. And waiting to buy the tickets, especially with the Spurs struggling, definitely was in my favor. My first game, the ticket was $150. I bought that from a verified reseller. And Ticketmaster was cheaper than SeatGeek and the other ones, Vivid Seats. So I was really shocked at that. And then I got the Black Friday sale, the game, the Suns, where we got annihilated, where I was 6 rows behind the Spurs bench. That ticket was normally 400, and I got it for 200 plus, the fees and stuff. But the fees go down as the price of the ticket goes down. It's going well, BC has got. I'm doing great. Butterfly Sean was 6'8" when he played. I don't think he shrunk at all. So he made me look a little small standing next to him because I'm 6'4", but yeah, he's a big guy. Sounds good, Phil. And infrastructure Spurs can say they have at least a top 20 player. Good evening, Cowboy X Factor. Yes, he is, Frankie. Yes, he is. Your Mavs are not playing too well, and the Cowboys didn't look good Sunday either. Bassey, jumper no good. Almost gets his own miss. That's a rare miss for Charles Bassey, who up until that shot was shooting 92-ish% from the field. That'll bring him under 90%. Garland into the paint. Pass it out to Kevin Love, open for 3. Good. Can still shoot. Age has not affected his shot at all. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, my friends, I would appreciate it if you do. It's the easiest way to help the channel. It's the only thing I'll ever ask for in the channel. Except, if you want to subscribe, that's cool too if you're a Spurs fan. Hey, that's a 3-pointer. Did not see you shot that. My bad. But we are up 27-23 with a minute and some change to go. So good for first quarter so far for San Antonio. Garland getting into Love. Love guarded by Jay Rich. Big size mismatch there. Love with the bank shot. No good. Jay Rich with the rebound. Spurs on the run. And they'll slow it up. Nope. Vassell will take a 3. No good. Karis LeVert with the rebound. Cavs push the pace. LeVert into the paint. Layup is good. Nice shot by Karis LeVert going coast to coast. Dougie is in the game. Hey, Carlos, good evening. Como está mi hombre? Jay Rich pick and roll with Charles Bassey into the paint. Runner. Good. Got a little rim job action for Josh Richardson. Karis LeVert down the other end, right into the post. Out to Kevin Love, open for 3 again. That one is no good. Bassey going to need to stay a little more aware of his guy. Doug McDermott for 3. I thought he got fouled. No whistle. So did he. It looked like there was some contact after the shot. Cavs will hold for the last shot of the first quarter. It's going well, Junior. It's okay, man. I'll be back in San Antonio. This won't be. I'll be back. I'll be back. Garland pull-up jumper. Good. We got 2 seconds left. Josh Richardson, half-court 3. Nope. Not even close. Spurs with a lead. We're up. All right. A lot of teams, I've heard when I was out, some of you guys were in, I wouldn't call it a Heat game. Some of you were saying, Heat fans were saying easy game, and some other channel. Never know. You can never, ever doubt me. You never know. So that was a good second quarter. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. Turn Norris! All right. Well, awesome, Carlos. Glad to hear that. All right. So 29-27. Good to see Jeremy Sohan back. RIP Paul Silas. Why does that name sound familiar? Paul Silas. Paul. Basketball player. Okay. He died yesterday. Yeah, vintage. He was like, I knew him as a coach. All right. I was not watching basketball when he's a player. He retired in 1980. I was definitely not watching basketball. The name rung familiar. He's a 3-time NBA champion from the 70s, and he was a coach for many, 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 many years. Well, rest in peace. Champion with Boston 2 times, and then the Seattle Supersonics. I watched a Miami fan reaction to the game, and the Miami fans were, I bet they were. Texas Rangers reruns with, like Walker, Texas Ranger? The Chuck Norris show? That's right, Eric Calloway. Yes. The name, I don't know. I obviously don't know him too well because I couldn't quite remember what he did. But that's probably where I know him from. And the Hornets. Oh my! Are you guys on our one-letter initial now? Carlos is just K. Is Veronica just V? Walker told me I have AIDS. That show was ridiculous. It's so over the top. Not over the top like the Sylvester Stallone movie. Because when you're losing, just doing that, will get you over the top. The Sports Critic, what's up? Not our chances of the Giants doing anything good in the playoffs. My goodness, Amir, have we just sucked the last couple of weeks, or have we sucked? Now, granted, we have no secondary, we have no wide receivers. Saquon Barkley's hurt, but man, what was looking like a Cinderella season has just turned into turning back to unwatchable football. Hey, look at that! They came out of a commercial break and they're already in the game. Thank you, NBA Pass. We might, you're actually right, the Sports Critic. We might not even make the playoffs. I thought about doing that Soul 77, but I don't want to be I want to be a different person. See, I turned my head around. It's like I'm a different person. Yeah, you look like a moron. I don't know. I've worn my hat backwards. Jump hook is a total brick by Evan Mobley. Spurs ball up by 4. I missed the bucket by the Spurs, though. My bad. It's 31-27. Doug just got rejected. It is Cavs ball on the block shot. Down the other end, coast to coast. Nice layup by Karis LeVert using his body, to shield off Zach Collins and preventing the block. So nice job. We have a brutal schedule. We might not win another game. We could lose all of those. Dang. That's going to be rough. Demisel pull-up jumper is nice. In. We're not going anywhere in the playoffs, Sports Critic. Not going anywhere. Let's be honest. We don't have. We're missing. No, there's too many holes in the roster. Darius Garland pull-up jumper. What's up with the Magic? Magic aren't playing very well. I thought for sure you'd be better than this year, but we both stink. Zach Collins bounce pass to Doug McDermott. McDermott! Thunder Dog of Justice! Oh, the Magic won 3 in a row? Tyler John, yes, it has. His mid-range has been fantastic. That's a miss. Rebound. Mobley dancing around in the paint. Took about 17 steps and then got fouled. I don't know. I don't think he traveled at all. His pivot foot was pivoting. Pivot! Pivot! If you get the reference, great. If the Magic finish ahead of the Spurs, I'm not going to be upset. The Drew showed the $2 thumbs up. The $2 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, tab open, thumbs up, watch Q2 at TSR 2. I'll do it because you said it. 2 shots. Now, I didn't do it for the Cavs because I don't do it for the away team, the non-Spurs team. But thank you for the super chat, my man. Spurs up 35-32, 10-10 left to go in the second quarter. Johnny Moore on the court. I'll be honest, I didn't recognize him. That was before I started watching the San Antonio Spurs. I was not watching in the 80s. I do know who he is. I couldn't pick him out of a crowd. Heck, I don't know if I would recognize Rod Strickland or Willie Anderson or Terry Cummings or those type of guys if they walk by me. Vassell gets blocked, and the Cavs are on the run. Garland into the paint, loses the ball, out of bounds. Spurs ball, turnover. Hey, I'm happy after that disastrous November, my friends. I'm happy to just watch games. We're competitive again. I was at that Suns game. We got blown out. And that was not fun to watch. It was great seeing Tim Duncan on the court and then seeing Tim Duncan 3 feet away from me get a piece of cake. Trey Jones, by the way, jumper off the glass, good. But watching our team get destroyed is no. I don't like that. Cavs ball, turnaround jump hook is good, but I guess it's a jump hook by Evan Mobley. That was a good game. Yeah. Scores close. Both teams playing well. Refs have not been terrible with the fouls as of yet. Trey Jones over to Zach Collins. Collins going to drop it off to nobody. Finally gets it over to Isaiah Roby. Roby's going to drive. Baseline. And turns the ball over. Ooh. Karis LeVert slips. Wet spot on the floor. Also got fouled. Goes down hard. Going to go to the line for 2. It should not be a flagrant foul there. That was, they're cleaning the floor. There was nothing malicious there. at all by Demoiselle. Levert just. Oh, he stepped on his foot. Levert stepped on his foot. Okay, yeah, that's not. That was incidental. Magic beat the Sun. What? What? Did I see Booker? No. He did step on Devin's foot. I thought the floor is what he just stepped on Devin's foot. I stand corrected. And we're going to have a timeout with 9 minutes to go. The Spurs are up 37-36. We'll have one more free throw when we come back from the timeout. Okie dokie. You know what I did see that was interesting? And I was totally for it because I like seeing some bad blood between teams, not all the huggy schmuggy, I love you, you love me crap at the end of games. But the Pelicans were beating, I think it was the Phoenix Suns. And instead of just walking the clock out, Zion Williamson did a little showboating and threw down a massive dunk at the end of the game. And I was like, you know what? I think it was the Cavs because Chris Paul was not happy. And I was like, you know what? Good, good. You know what? Let's have some bad blood between teams. You know what? You were open. Yeah, do it. What the hell? Why not? Asia, I'm a Giants fan. Cardinals only for broadcasting purposes. Wait, what? Yeah, the Cardinals aren't playing right now. Butterfly, I don't eat meat, so I did not have a Whataburger. I did check their menu to see if they had a veggie burger. I didn't see anything on it, so I didn't end up going. I got to see Jacques Landale, yes. Dream come true. You know what would be awesome? If the Spurs had a back-to-back against like the Hawks and the Celtics, so I could see like DeJounte Murray and Derek White. That'd be pretty cool if I was going to go to, another weekend. Cardinals and Pats. Oh, the Cardinal. See, you said Cardinals, and I know Amir, the sports critic, is a fan of the St. Louis Cardinals. So I was very confused. Yeah, I'm with you now. That's the Thursday night football, Monday night football game. Wow. I knew there was a game. I didn't know it was playing. My sound is cutting out occasionally. Is it? Anybody else having some issues? Is it Sol 77 or is everybody's sound cutting out? Let me know in the chat. Could be a YouTube issue. Check, check, microphone, check, checkity, check, check. Alrighty, I'm checking my volume levels right now. Everything seems okay. Has Calvin got more than one bucket tonight? I feel like I've not really called his name. And what the hell's happening here? Now we're coming back from commercial and they're showing Kellen going for a dunk. And he got blocked. Is this? Oh, they're showing replays from earlier in the game. Sound is clear. Good evening, Zach. Whoa, those Giants look good Sunday, aka yesterday. Jock is playing well in Cleveland. Cleveland, Phoenix. Second free throw is good. 37 all. It's a double-edged sword. All right, so Jacques Landale's still here. Maybe he plays well first, maybe he doesn't. What's that do for somebody like Charles Bassey? He doesn't get any minutes. Half a dozen in one, six in the other. I wish him well. Didn't work out last year. Maybe he found a good spot in Phoenix. Isaiah Roby at the free throw line. Dishes it out to Kellen. Kellen with shot clock running down. Off balance jumper off the glass. Rolls out. The putback by Doug is good. And one. Too much sarcasm. Me? No. No sarcasm. Carlos, the Giants apparently had a bye week because they didn't show up. They lost. They lost bad. They lost 44-24. I don't know. I shut the game off with 5 minutes to go. I was like, why am I still watching this? Amir, something I've actually started doing with my NBA streams. I didn't do it previously, but if the Spurs are getting blown out and down by like 30 with 5 minutes to go, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. Baseline jumper by Garland is no good. And a beautiful save by Karis LeVert. Unfortunately, he falls in the hands of the Spurs. Kellen down the other way, gets rejected from behind. And now foul on the Spurs. Cavs are putting some hustle in tonight. Wow. Isaac Okoro trailing in transition, blocks Kelvin's shot. Beautiful job by Isaac Okoro. I gotta give props to that. Was it 48 to 22? Dang it, Asia. My score, at least the game was a little closer. We only lost by 20. That's 26. No, I'm not. No, I don't stream the NFL anymore, the Drew Show. Honestly just don't enjoy calling football. I think Sunday night, I'll be getting together with friends. I just don't know which ones. I have two groups of friends that will be doing something for the games. So yeah, I won't be doing it. Injuries, Carlos. The Giants have a ton of injuries. Too many injuries, and it's hurting the team now. Can only lose so many guys. Corner three is no good for Isaac Okoro. It is Spurs ball up by 5. What the heck's going on here? Is that a goaltend on the? What did I miss? Anyway, I don't know. Collins with the jumper in the paint, off the glass, good. TSR gotta pay attention here. Missing some scores. Daniel Jones is 0-12 on prime time. He's 0-12, really? He's like Vikings quarterback. What's his nuts? Mitchell into the paint, throws it up, no good. Ball's now going to be knocked over the backboard. Kirk Cousins was like terrible in prime time. Nope. Are they saying Cavs ball? Well, they just changed the call. Jerk Cousins. Josh Richardson checking in for San Antonio. I think Don McDermott's coming out. Spurs up by 7. Huh. Do we have a chance at a 3-game winning streak here, Spurs fans? It's our biggest lead. Kevin Love dishes it into Jared Allen. Allen, the little jumper, is going to roll off the rim. Allen, Olay pass out to Donovan Mitchell. They got 10 on the shot clock. D. Mitch guarded by Jay Rich. Mitchell looking for a pick and roll. Nope, just going to launch the 3. That is no good. And Kellen Johnson will come down with the rebound. Spurs with the ball. Over to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan into the post, guarded by D. Mitch. Sohan backs him up and then almost loses the ball. Jeremy gets the ball back over to Isaiah Roby. Roby fakes the 3, pulls it down over to Jay Rich. He will take the 3, and that is good! Spurs up by 10! Yes, Dable does seem legit. I think Brian Dable's going to be a good coach for the rest of Drew Show. Just the roster's too depleted right now. And Barkley's hurt too. That's a huge one. It's Cavs ball. Mitchell absolutely runs over Jay Rich. Jay Rich trying for an award with that flop. Kevin Love takes the 3, misses the 3. Spurs ball. Kellen Johnson up the court into the paint. Finds Jeremy Sohan cutting. Sohan with the dunk gets blocked. Will go to the line for 2. 2 shots. They are, Eric. They're Jared Allen with the big block, but Sohan was fouled. I don't know if Sohan was fouled by him or D. Mitch. Donovan Mitchell fouled him from behind. Hit the arm. Team ball, baby. That's right. Sohan blows the first free throw. That was oogly. That was actually a clean block by Jared Allen. The problem is Donovan Mitchell was fouled him from behind. It's got to suck when you do your job and the guy behind you's not. Second free throw, no good. Ouch, missed them both. Sohan, not a great free throw shooter, nor is Jakob Poeltl. So we have 2 guys on the starting lineup that can't shoot a free throw. That corner 3 is no good by Isaac Okoro. Spurs trying to get back in transition. Kellen Johnson layup, good! And 1! Kellen doing a Superman thing on the floor after the shot. Spurs up by 12! Kevin Love is old, Carlos, isn't he? Yeah, there Kevin Love with a blocking foul. Spurs up by 12! Just said that, Phil. That's funny. It's because he is old. And then Kellen having a little fun after the play. Zach, I'm not sure we're going to win more than 1 game for the rest of the year, and I hate to say that. The Giants are in. Johnson's free throw is good. 50-37. Spurs up by 13. Rich, when you going to another state? Yes, I do eat the same food. I got some Mexican stuff while I was in San Antonio. What else did I get? Nice drive by Garland. Can't finish the layup in the paint. Now I'm drawing a blank on what I ate. Anyway, back to the game. Kelvin over to Jay Rich. Jay Rich for three. Oh my goodness, the Spurs are up by 16! Timeout, Cavs. Who is this San Antonio team? This looks nothing like the team we watched lose 11 games in a row. Commando Ninja, good evening. This is so fish and water. Yep. Or hoagies and grinders, navy beans, meatloaf sandwich, sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah, sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Had some of that too. Yeah, go Spurs, go! I don't get this at all. Who is this hot blondie that's shaking her thing at the beginning of this points bet commercial? You guys watching this? There's some commercial, man, and she's just shaking it, and she's thick up top and on the bottom. I'm not complaining. And she can move. Yeah, nice. Okay, I'm done. Maybe you did, Eric Calloway. Maybe you did. Yes, Garen Ferguson, that is true. My Seinfeld impression. Seinfeld? Oh, man. Saul 77, really? If you're born in 77, you should know that's not Seinfeld. Oh, singing a song by an artist, a comedian. No, I have not, Carlos. I like that too. You looked like that, Rich. Did I? Did I look like Seinfeld? No, not RIP Cavs. Way too early. Oh gosh, you're singing the Jets right now. Coco Sisters. I don't know what to make of this. You have to realize, 8 days ago, I'm in San Antonio, Texas, watching the Spurs play the Phoenix Suns. Yes, the Phoenix Suns are a damn good team. They were without Chris Paul, and we were down like 30 at halftime. The game was over at the half. We had just had an 11-game losing streak. And now we're playing the Cavs, who I believe are the third best team in the Eastern Conference, who stomped us, I believe, both times last year. And we're winning. Game's not over yet. But right now, this is crazy. Who is this team? Was that a Seinfeld thing? I remember Seinfeld. It's who? I'm trying to think with Jerry. I haven't watched him in a while. Yeah. No Seinfeld reference intentionally. Zach, we do. Man, there's so much stuff that he could be doing, Zach, with recent events. I'm not going to bring him on the channel. It'd be way too controversial, but that character would have a lot to say about a lot of stuff that's happened, well, really over the last few years. Spurs on a 16-0 run over the last 305. What? 16-0 run? Shut the front door. Cavs have not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes. Don Mitchell drives to the paint, blows the dunk. Vassell with a three down the other end. That is no good. I don't like this is what I don't like with the NBA, the rush threes, when you just get it up the court and try to take a quick three. Garland airballs a layup, no rim at all. Boy, the Cavs have just gone icy cold. Icy cold. Devin Vassell, 14 on the shot clock, will reset the offense, pick and roll with Charles Bassey. Devin drives and gets pushed, I guess. Fouling the Cavs. This is weird. Goose Sport, stop with your Go Pelicans. I will say this, Goose. Check out my man Goose, good dude. He streams a lot of everything. I loved the Zion dunk at the end of the game versus the Suns. I know the Suns didn't like it. Maybe some fans didn't like it. I like a little animosity, a little, suck it, we beat you. I don't know. I like that. Jeremy Sohan drives baseline. Got nowhere to go. Back to Keldon. Keldon going to take off, pull up jumper. This is weird. He is. He is on the defensive end, Drew show. I would agree with that. Kyle, that is not a typo. Well, apparently I put too many buckets on. I thought it was 53 to 37. They just put Keldon Johnson at 0 points. Something's not right with the NBA right now. That's when Evan Mobley finishes in the paint. I thought we just got to 55. What happened? All right, whatever. Jay Rich, pull up jumper good. Now we have 55. Yeah, we're up by a lot. Sohan is back coming off the bench tonight, Brian. So Jeremy, I'm glad he's back. I was kind of wondering what the heck's going on. His injury's not serious and he's out for like forever. That's a steal by Devin Vassell, anticipating the pass. Vassell sprints up the court into the paint. Layup is good. Spurs up by 18. In life, you got it. 18 in life, you know. I'm sorry. I know you guys want the top pick. I hate to watch my team lose, so I'm not going to apologize for that. Screw it. Go, Spurs, go. Mitchell, pull up jumper good. Spur of the moment? Apparently not. There's still a lot of time left in this game. We've blown second halves, so this game is far from over. Pels are the second best team in the NBA, are they? I didn't know that. Timeout. Good timeout. Can we get to 50 thumbs up before halftime? Would appreciate you. It looks like that. Because, Pop is shocked. I like Vassell and Son off the bench. Call me crazy, or maybe this is the right lineup. I don't know if I like Isaiah Roby as a starter long term. Langford in the bench, and then Vassell coming in. Spurs leading scorers, Jay Rich with 13, Vassell at 9, Johnson with 8. For the Cavs, Mitchell with 12, Levert with 8, Mobley with 6. I think Donovan Mitchell, I think he had like 7 or 8 of the Cavs' first points. He was the only player that scored. So the rest of the team's struggling for the Cavs. He can, Taiwo. Yeah, smash that like it owes you money. And if not for me, smash it for him. He needs some love. Well, actually, he doesn't need any love. He gets tons of love. He's got more fans than I do. That's for damn sure. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's a commercial or it's a timeout. So I'm doing, I don't know. Brian, I watched all the Giants game except for the last 5 minutes. I just got sick of watching them get pounded. By the way, happy holidays to everybody. Got my Christmas decorations up. My annual Christmas Rudolph is up. Spurs ball. Austin 316 left in the first half. Jay Rich turnaround jumper short. So I got a full house here. Selena Gomez, myself, Grogu, Rudolph. We're all just hanging here. It's a show here. Ooh, dunk by Evan Mobley. I'll say one thing: the Cavs have had a lot of dunks tonight. The Spurs defense in the paint has been, well, non-existent for the most part. So you know what? I don't care. We're winning. Vassell pull-up jumper in the paint is no good. Cavs ball. Spurs are in the bonus, by the way. 57-43. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. LJS, me too. Nintendo Lego NBA fan. Good evening to you. Darius Garland, step back three. Off the front rim. Basti with the rebound. Rudolph is good luck. This is the first stream with Rudolph. Kelvin, a little crossover to the paint. Layup, no good. And now late whistle. Very late whistle. I think that's going to be against Kelvin. I don't know. And the Expendables behind me, of course. Rude off. Nice. You know what I think separate the Spurs from other teams? Their desire to win. These guys want to win. I mean, they're playing bad. Kelvin was terrible for a 2-week span. I hate to say that. It is Cavs ball. And now they just put 2 points. So I was right about the Spurs having 2 more points than they had listed. Go figure. Romeo Langford with the foul in the paint. So I was right. If you remember a couple minutes ago, I said I thought the Spurs had 2 more points. They did. Starters, Isaiah Roby, Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Romeo Langford. So again, another different starting lineup for the San Antonio Spurs. Wait, what? The Saints are going to give the Eagles a top 5 pick? What, Goose? You know, the Lakers might be giving the Pelicans a top 10 pick. Jared Allen with the miss in the paint. It is Spurs ball. So both wow. I don't want the Eagles to get a top pick. Kellen Johnson, turnaround jumper, jump hook. That little shy's been doing lately is good. 61-43. Both teams are in the bonus. I am neither, Drew Show. I am a pescatarian. That is a vegetarian that eats fish. Kellen with 12 points and 5 boards in the first half. Garland with the runner in the paint and then it flies out of bounds. It's good. 61-45. Langford into the paint, spins around, turnaround jumper, off the rim, and boom! Bassy! Thunder dunk of justice with the putback! Oh, man! Boom! Shakalaka! Trying to tear the house down with that one! All right, I'm done. Sorry. Levert, pull-up jumper, good. From around the free throw line, 63-47. It is Spurs ball, up by 16. They will go into the half with the lead, barring the craziest end of first half we've ever seen in our life. Bassey open for three. He don't want that. He'll drop it off to Devin Vassell. Vassell pick and roll with Charles. Pulls up for three. Nope. And the rebound will fall to the hands of Donovan Mitchell. 35 seconds to go. D. Mitch drives, post, shot, good. 2 for 1. Smart move by Donovan Mitchell. Veteran move there, watching the clock, taking the shot. And it is Spurs ball. Cavs will likely hold for the last shot. Lionel Messi's in the chat. Banger stopping in here. Many consider him the GOAT of football. Keldon into the paint. High layup is good. Throwing it where Jared Allen couldn't get to it. Nice job by Keldon using his body. And the Cavs are just letting the ball roll up the court. Will finally pick it up. 9 seconds to go. Donovan Mitchell calling for pick and roll. Jared Allen comes out. The pick, no roll. Pass it out to Garland. Garland takes the three. No good. Spurs up by 16. 65 points in the first half, Spurs fans. Cavs fans, it's not over yet. Not trying to be negative on my team, but we have had many a game where we've blown the lead. So this game is far from over. Very far from over. We'll go to the half and we'll pull up some stats here in just a moment. Let me reset my clock. We'll be ready to go in the second half. Should be about 15 minutes. About 9:47, we'll go to the second half. Super Gabriel with the Go Spurs Go! I like salmon. It's good. I can't have chocolate cake. I can be a junketarian if I want. No plans for Christmas, Brian. Probably, I don't know. Work on a video for all my family up here is now pretty much passed away. I don't have much family left up in New England. If you're not familiar with New England, that's Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Let's pull up some stats. Stats. I can't believe the Spurs were up by this much. All right, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Lamar Stevens with 0. Holy crap, Lamar Stevens has played 13 minutes. His stat line is 0. Across the board, 13 and a half minutes, NBA fans. No shots, no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks, no turnovers, no fouls. He's literally rocking a 0 across the board. You think you'd accidentally get involved with something somewhere? It's actually kind of embarrassing. Evan Mobley with 8 points, Jared Allen with 6. Should be noted, Evan Mobley does have 7 rebounds in the first half. Donovan Mitchell with 14 to lead all Cavs scores. Darius Garland with 6. Garland, your point guard, maybe taking a few too many of his own shots. Garland is 3 of 14 in the first half. That is a 21% clip. That's not going to help lead you to victory. Off the bench, Kevin Love with 3. Karis LeVert leading the bench scores for the Cavs with 10. C.D. Osman with 2. And Isaac Okoro with 0. For the San Antonio Spurs, Keldon Johnson with 14 points, Isaiah Roby with 6, Zach Collins with 6, Romeo Langford with 2, Trey Jones with 4. Jones having a weird game, 4 points, 1 assist. 1 assist from our point guard? All right, whatever. Josh Richardson leading all bench scores for the Spurs with 13 on 5 of 7 shooting, so really playing well after a rusty game the other night. Jeremy Sohan with a donut. but he does have 4 boards and 3 assists. Devin Vassell with 9. Charles Bassey with 6 points and 7 boards in only 11 minutes. Pretty solid. And then Doug McDermott with 5 points. Dougie only with 8 minutes of play. That's odd. Not getting a lot of game time. Spurs going with a 10-man rotation. And those are our stats. We'll pull up the chat. Talk to the chat. Do you think Clay can come back, or should I cash out? Clean? Oh, Cleveland. Sorry. I don't gamble, so I'm not going to say yay or nay on that. San Antonio official YouTube channel. Yes, I did see that the next episodes with Tim Duncan, Mr. Z. I got them all on my watch later. I've got 8 episodes to watch. I just want to watch it all as one, like a movie. It's starting to get kind of long time-wise. And how many of these things are there supposed to be? Is there 10, 12, 20? Ricardo, I'm going to take a vacation in January. I'm going to take a cruise in the Wonder of the Sea in Cabo Carnival, and then one more weekend. Nice! Have fun, my man. Rich, I just got back and I saw it 3 minutes ago. Did you see Alex Morgan? Wait, Alex Morgan is at the Spurs game? I did not see that. Yeah, Garland, it's shooting way too much. Jeremy is back. Gabriel, go Spurs, go team. What do you think Jeremy's will be next year? Jeremy Sohan next year? I think Sohan will probably be the best defensive player next year. His ability to guard. They say he can guard anything from 1 to 5. I don't. You got to take that with a grain of salt because it's probably going to be a very minimal amount of time that he would guard the point guard, and even more minimal that he would guard a center, especially a really big guy. So when they say, well, LeBron guards 1 through 5, I'm like, yeah, but when he was doing that, I don't know if he still is, he was guarding like a center very rarely. So yeah, the capabilities there if you're going on a small lineup. That being said, rambling a little bit, I think Sam will probably be our best defender next year. Offensively, there's a lot of work to do. The 3-point shot is atrocious right now. He has shown some ability to create his own shot a little bit here and there. They haven't been going in. He is a good finisher at the rim. He is very young too. He'll only be 20 next year, so there's a lot of potential. And he's got a motor. He's got a motor and just needs, the other thing would be to stay healthy. That's always a big thing. Stay healthy. Yes, sir. See, good evening. So far they're playing well. We're watching a baby race, but the babies are barely moving. I don't think they realize this is a race. I hope so. Your girlfriend, what? Somebody sick? Hope not. Oh, Zach, good luck with her. Yeah, Coyote. I didn't get to meet Coyote when I was in San Antonio. It's very disappointing. Did not meet Coyote. Commando Ninja, what do you have though? I mean, maybe, maybe not. We talk about how great Chip is, but then we look at all the shooting woes the team has had over the last few years, like Derek White and Dejounte Murray just breaking threes left and right. Jakob can't shoot a free throw. So, I mean, maybe even the greatest coaches eventually, the magic runs out. We get to our top 10 plays of the week. Oh my goodness, what a block. I don't know what number 23 is for Detroit, but that was one heck of a rejection. Damn. Showing a little highlights between Toronto and Orlando. And a miracle layup that was thrown as dreaded hair guy. I don't know who that is. Threw up the layup. I don't know who a lot of these guys are. Bulls and Hawks. Trae Young with a mile-long three. I think this is near the end of the fourth quarter. Yep. They had 2 former Spurs All-Stars in that game. Evan Engram. Did I just see Evan Engram 11 catches for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Jags? What? My day was good. Very busy. Around the 3:30 mark. Oh, I can't rewind. I don't mess around with the season pass. I just let the game go. I don't. Alex Morgan's not a Spurs fan, is she? Maybe she's just in town hanging out. My day was good, Brian. I was busy at work. Annoyingly busy. We are so short-staffed right now, and it's ridiculous how short-staffed you are. Part of my the collections teams, when we started the year, we had like 21 people. Now we're down to 10, so we're at less than half of the staff than we started the year, and we just, especially and now with people on vacation or traveling for the holidays, Yeah, it sucks. I couldn't get any work done at all today. Ingram did have a day. Damn. The Giants could use him right now. I mean, even though it was very, very more miss than hit. Yeah, he had a hell of a day yesterday. Jo Vitor Z, go Cavaliers! Thank you for stopping in. They're struggling right now, but I think a big part of that is Darius Garland is taking too many shots. If I remember correctly, he's like 3 of 14 in the first half. You're not going to win a lot of games with your point guard chucking up that many shots and missing that many shots. The Hawks win in overtime? Oh, they did. Buzzer beater. Noise. Noise, as the kids say. Noice. Noise. All right. Those are our plays of yesterday, I suppose. Well, we talked about him earlier in the chat. Now they're a little halftime tribute to Paul Silas, who passed away yesterday. I recognize him as a coach. Okay. Didn't recognize him as a player. I wasn't watching basketball back when he played. But seeing a picture of him as a coach, yeah, I definitely know who he is. 3-time NBA champion when he was playing. A R.I.P. Just do this right now. Let's see what y'all think of this. How long should I let this go? What's up, Doja? Fair enough, Nathan. Should I just have Chuck just punch you in the face indefinitely? No, maybe. Okay, I'll stop. Wicked, maybe way back in the day, the Drew Show. I don't think it's a word I've used much, if at all, recently. It feels much more like an 80s word. And I think it's like any word, you just stop using it. I also try to catch myself from, if I hear myself using the same transition word a lot, I'll make it, or I'll consciously try to make sure I'm not using it over and over because I can't. One thing that's one of my pet peeves right now is when I hear people say, example, I am super excited to be here and super this and super, like, I can't stand when I hear the word super is used, overused right now, where it's being used as an adjective, like the only adjective. Instead of very happy to be here and glad you're here, no, it would be I'm super happy to be here and super glad you're here. I'm like, can you stop with super? Dang it. I did not know that, Asia. Okay. That's cool. Mario Ellie. Yes. I do remember Mario Ellie. Yes. Mario Ellis and Kevin Willis. Way back. Kevin Willis, I think, played his last season with the Spurs. He was part of the 2002-2003 Spurs that won a championship in David Robinson's last season. I know Kevin Willis was on the team. I think that maybe was his last year, and he was like in his early 40s at that point. I did not go to Six Flags, Brian. I I have a Six Flags here in New England. It's like 30 minutes. It's like 30 minutes away. I just, yeah, I'm not a big coaster guy either. Especially I've had some neck issues now that I'm getting a little older. I don't want to throw my neck around in a roller coaster all day. I just no. And it was kind of cold and rainy. Wait, did we just jump into the? Oh no, this is halftime highlights. I thought we just like jumped into the third quarter with 10:45 left. Yeah, you're right there with me, Drew Show. Bit overused. It might be a generational thing. Uh, the word actually being used at the end of a sentence. That's a pet peeve of mine. He's over there, actually. Nope, he's over there. Period. And I'm sure I use it once in a while. I'm not perfect. But if I hear myself using it, I will try to stop. Let's put a little Q3 up on the old scoreboard. Spurs up by 16, 65-49, and what's got to be a quite shocking first half for Cavs fans. I'm pretty sure coming into this game, they thought San Antonio Spurs, bottom three in the Western Conference. Easy game, easy win. Next. Mentioned this at the start of the stream. Any given Sunday, you just don't know when a team's going to come out with a hot hand and your team has a cold hand. And next thing you know, your team's down. The Spurs have shot pretty well in the first half. Darius Garland has had a terrible first half for the Cavs, and that's contributing to, well, they're down by 16. LOL, all of it really. I have no complaints about any of the food I got in San Antonio. My favorite meal, I don't think he's in the chat anymore, but was probably the meal I got at Freddy's. The manager there hooked me up with the meal, and he's the one that gave me the Spurs hoodie as well as a bunch of other swag. And the black bean burger was delicious. The fries were delicious. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I'm not saying this. I'm absolutely not sponsored by anybody. I can't stand sponsorships anymore. I really can't. I'll never do one again on the channel. I briefly had one 2 years ago, I think. Didn't enjoy doing it. Now I can't stand it when I go to YouTube channels and they're talking about a product they're probably not even using. Not trying to knock anybody, but let's be realistic. A lot of stuff they're putting out there, they're probably not using. And then you had that big scam with the title thing recently. I was like, you know what? I'm not touching sponsorships. So if I talk about a product I like, it's because I genuinely like it. So Freddy's was probably one of my favorite meals, even though it's not, something I can get anywhere. The freaking milkshake, the Oreo peppermint milkshake, I was skeptical about getting that. I'm not a big peppermint guy. I freaking love that thing. Yeah, the guy at the Roy who worked there, the one that hooked me up, he looked at me. He's like, "Do you want another one?" Because I was like, getting every little bit of that milkshake out of the bottom of the cup, but I didn't want to do another one right before the Spurs game. So I was like, "I'm good with one." So that was probably my favorite food. I went to a Mexican restaurant and got a couple enchiladas. Those were really good. So I mean, all the food was good. I like food. Kanye 2020, go Spurs, go to you. Arena food, I got hooked up with Arena Food as well. LGS from a subscriber. I ended up just getting a little thing of nachos. It was delicious, but it was no wait, was it nachos? Was it chips and queso? No, it was just nachos. You can't really screw that up though. I mean, that was good. As far as any other food at the place, I don't know. We still need those nine. Oh, I forgot about. I honestly forgot about that, Phil. I really did. I did see the Riverwalk. I did see the Alamo. I thought I took a picture of the Alamo. I checked my phone. It's not there. Favorite Mexican food? Probably burrito. Because you can do, I might do it with any food, but I just feel like there's so many different ingredients I can put in a burrito and keep it vegetarian or pescatarian. Burrito's probably my favorite Mexican. I had burritos for dinner tonight. Black bean, rice, and some shredded cheese. That's pretty good. And Tabasco sauce for a little kick. Zach Collins pull-up jumper to start off. The second half is no good. Spurs up 65-49, my friends. All right, Black Edge Energy, I'll keep that in mind. Don't know Commando Ninja. Ninja. We have a drive, and Lamar Stevens probably going to finally get on the board. I think that was a travel, maybe? That is the first stat Lamar Stevens has had today. He was rocking all zeros. He had a quadruple zero. But that is no longer. He's got a one. Spurs ball. Kellen Johnson on three-point land. Pick and roll. Zach Collins gets into the paint. Throws it up. And no good. Collins with the rebound. Falls down. Throws it out to Romeo Langford. Langford going to drive. Behind the back pass over to Isaiah Roby. Roby thinks about the three. Pulls it down. Pulls it up at the line. That's a partially blocked. Or another air ball for Isaiah Roby. Either way, that did not go into the rim. Cavs ball 65-49. Neither team has actually scored here in the... Well, never mind. Jared Allen with another dunk. And a timeout. Pop just called timeout. Mexican bread? I didn't know there was a Mexican bread. I'm hungry too, Carlos. I'm really hungry. Did I go to Taco Cabana or Bill Miller? I did not go to either. I don't remember the name of the place I went to, Phil, to be honest with you. Spurs National? They are. Connecticut and Virginia? Kind of. They're not. About a 8-hour drive. Maybe 7.5, depending on traffic. So 400 miles? No, wait, Connecticut. I'm thinking Massachusetts. From where I am now to where I used to live in Connecticut, probably a 7-hour or so drive. So it can be done one day. Roby, yes, Fish, yes. Why I said to lose it? We're up by 14. My go-to snack? Yes. Whatever I have in the house. How much does it cost for that box thing at the games? Which box thing? Drigexer? A box thing. Did I have a box thing at the game? I'm drawing a blank. I do think this is Pop's last year. I do. Uh, he's missed a few games due to health this year. Nothing serious, thank goodness. He's going to be 75, I think, next season. I think at some point you got to look and just say, you know, at some point it's time to pass the torch. But also look at yourself and all the stress of doing this job. Is it worth it? Most people retire by the time they're 74. I sure as heck hope I'm retired way before 74. And if he has another health issue this season where he misses a couple games for whatever, yeah, I think you should definitely hang him up. Where I'm watching the game on the Roku right now on the NBA League Pass, which was on sale for $50 during Black Friday. I'm just giving the thing away. Mangillin goes for go Cavs go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Mungushin? I'm trying. I am. What do the Spurs want for Jakob? At least one first round pick. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger. Yes, Veronica. That's the name of it. I couldn't remember the full name. That is it. Spurs the rich. Spurs the rich. Wow. Rich the Spurs are offering boxes at $150 per ticket if you buy them in a four. We should all get. Oh, wow. So what? You mean like a suite for $150? Skybot? I mean, we'd have to set it up, but I'm sure we could get at least. Definitely, we could get four of us, couldn't we? I'd be in. I'm sure a couple other viewers would be in. Julius, I don't know. The Spurs have been pretty hit and miss on maintaining leads in the second half. The Roby for three. Whoa, that was not an air ball. Okay. The Spurs, the entire time I've called this channel, have struggled in maintaining leads at times. So nothing is for sure. But if Isaiah Roby's hitting threes for the Spurs, we're in good shape. Mobley with the miss in the paint. Roby with the rebound. He'll sprint up the court with the ball. Get it over to Trey Jones. Jones drops it off to Langford. Langford looking for some room to move. Can't get around Donovan Mitchell. Get it to Zach Collins. Collins back to Romeo Langford. Langford drives. Takes the shot. Misses and will get fouled. And he will go to the line for two. Two shots. V, did you put on Rich a GPS? What? Interesting thought, Playmaker Guido. Langford's first free throw is no good. He's been kind of quiet offensively tonight, hasn't he? Compared to what he had been doing. Julius, I'm rooting for my team to win the Spurs. I know that not whatever. Oh no, that didn't just happen. Spurs just 69 the Cavs. It's I do want Victor Wembanyama, to be honest. I would love to. I mean, the injuries do concern me. Garland with an alley-oop dunk to Evan Mobley is the Cavs have been able to dunk at will. I don't know. I just don't do that every play. I would love to have Victor come to the Spurs, but I don't want to see us just play like getting blown out. Roby for three again. That's no good. Hit the rim though. Hit the rim. That's the progress. He made one and hit the rim on another. Another alley-oop attempt, and that was an alley-oop layup for Jared Allen. I don't know what to call that. 14-point game, 9:15 to go in the third quarter. Spurs up 14. Zach Collins gets it over to Kellen Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Kellen's going to start to drive, puts his head down into the paint. Gets blocked from behind, and we have a fast break for Darius Garland. Gets down the paint, and Roby tries to disrupt the shot. Can't do it. It's a 12-point game now. I mean, Scoot Henderson would be the other one. Well, Phil, with the Spurs with that losing streak, a lot of viewership went down for the channel, unfortunately. Kellen pull-up jumper from the free throw line is no good. Langford with the offensive board. The putback is no good. And now Zach Collins with the offensive rebound, and Trey Jones will reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Jones now takes off in the paint. Layup gets rejected. Rima Langford gets the ball. Langford out to Keldon Johnson for three. No good. And offensive board falls in the hands of Trey Jones. Keldon for three again. No good. And finally, the Cavaliers get a defensive rebound. That was ridiculous. Mitchell into the paint. Euro step. And it's now a 10-point game. Yeah, Phil, remember we used to get 200 thumbs up? Those days are over for now. It's okay. Roby pull-up jumper, no good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound put back. That is good. You know what? It's going to be a tough season as a content creator. I've accepted that. And when we likely get a top 5 pick, interest will probably go back up. Or if we start winning games. Mitchell, Euro step in the paint, misses. Ends up getting his own miss. 7.5 minutes ago, Spurs up by 12, 71-59. And we're going to foul Zach Collins on Jared Allen. I would not want Victor Wembanyama to be a 7-5 point guard. That's just asking for injury. He did Euro step in Veronica. I wouldn't say the Cavs suck. They're third in the Eastern Conference. I would love to be the new coach, Carlos. I think I do a better job at announcing the team than being their coach. Just my 2 cents. Defense chance out for the Spurs fans. Game is in San Antonio. And Garland loses the ball. I don't know if he was trying for an alley-oop. Spurs trying to go fast break to get up to Trey Jones. Jones with the layup. Good! 73-59. You need some Dougie? Nice. Number 2 pick is Scoot Henderson, Daniel. General consensus, barring any injuries before the draft, is Victor Wembanyama gets drafted number 1. Scoot Henderson, number 2. Donovan Mitchell, pull-up jumper behind the free throw line is good, 73-61. Doug probably is getting traded. I agree, Zach. And Jay Rich, maybe Jakob. Keldon fakes the 3, drives into the paint, throws up the layup. Good! I'd like to see that more from Keldon. Tack the rim. His 3-point shot appears to have disappeared on him. I don't know what happened. He was really good last year, was good at the start of this season, and his 3-point shot just gone. Garland pull-up jumper is in and out burger. And then Trey Jones just loses it out of bounds. No, Keldon loses it out of bounds, excuse me. I got confused. I saw the 3 on Keldon, one of the 3s on Keldon. Well, the only 3 on Keldon. Dem was blocking most of his body. I thought it was Trey. Obviously not. Gooseby, good evening. You got a headache? Some lady commented on Dougie's picture on Instagram that he has a girlfriend. Supposedly she works for the Spurs. I was about to tell her that's not what he told me. Veronica, am I going to see you at a Spurs game ever? And are you at least 18? Because if you're not, then that would be weird. Me asking you that, I mean. I would still say hi to any Spurs fan that's under 18, but you know what I mean. 75-61 off the miss. Spurs ball. Keldon into the paint to Zach Collins. Collins back out to KJ. He's going to take the straightaway 3. Of course, as soon as I mention his 3-point shot is escaping him, he makes one. Aaron Judge is in the chat. Charles Bassey has 0 fouls so far? Oh, salute emoji. Oh, okay. I thought you were rubbing your head. Sorry, man. That pull-up jumper in the paint is good by Karis LeVert, 78-63. I get my eyes checked, apparently. Keldon going backdoor. Layup no good. And the ball's going to be punched by Zach Collins over the backboard. Oh, you're 27. You're definitely more than 18. Okay. I just don't want to be weird and be like, hey, am I going to see you at a game? And then they're like, oh, you're like 14. I'm so happy Aaron Judge is back. Or is going to be back the rest of his career. LeVert for 3. No good. Down south with the rebound. Devon's checked in. Jeremy Sohan. Josh Richardson. The only starters in there right now are Zach Collins and Keldon for the Spurs. Devin out to Jay Rich. Jay Rich almost loses the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Devin Vassell. Vassell looking for a pick and roll with Zach Collins. Gets the pick. Gets the roll. Takes a 3. Nope. Sohan with the offensive rebound, and the ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it will be Cavaliers ball. Which you should visit Pittsburgh. I've been to Pennsylvania before. Celtics and Lakers fan. What? How can you be a Celtics and Lakers fan? That's like saying I'm a Red Sox and Yankees fan. That just don't work. Clearly a troll channel. No way in hey, you're a Celtics and Lakers fan. Your head would literally explode. Charles Bassimani has checked in for San Antonio. It is Cavs ball, though, down by 15, under 5 minutes to go. Karis LeVert. Back out to D. Mitch. D. Mitch thinks about a three, pulls it down. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Mitch one-on-one with Jay Rich. The pull-up jumper is no good. He is fouled. Donovan Mitchell going in the line for 2. You just need to be careful when I buy tickets. Wait, what? That is not Carlos as a Celtics and Lakers fan. No way. D. Mitch at the line for 2. Wow, the Texans are 1-11-1. It's a rough year, man. That's a rough year. Get a high draft pick again. First free throw is good. Gooseby, I can't explain it. The Saints are rough right now. How are you guys saying the Cavs suck? They're the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference. They're having an off night right now. Darius Garland is missing everything. Doesn't mean the team sucks. It just, hey, it happens. Second free throw is good. I don't think we're tanking. They're winning right now. Urban Wild, good evening from the Philippines. I'll have to do a Kai Soto highlight video for my TSR jams. That wouldn't fit the playlist. I could put anything in there, I guess. Sohan drives in the paint, throws it up high off the glass, and good. Nice drive by Jeremy Sohan, creating his own shot. FP, good evening, Spurs all day. Cau Ferreira from Brazil. Exactly, Litterbox, they don't. And now a turnover on the Cavs. It'll be Spurs ball. The Lakers don't have their draft pick, guys. If the Lakers finish like the 5th worst team in the NBA, which is kind of where they're at right now, the Pelicans get that pick, and the Pelicans are loaded right now. Stephanie, good evening. Go Spurs, go to you. Sohan gets it into Bassey. Bassey out to McDermott. McDermott wheels it around. They find Devin Vassell open for 3. Good! Spurs up by 18. Go Spurs, go! That was great ball movement. I like me some ball movement. No? Anybody? No? Sohan harassing Karis LeVert. Whoops. Let's stop the clock. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cavs. 3:40, some change left. Spurs up 83-65. Yeah, let him have it. Behave. Yes, it is, Litterbox. Stationary balls are not going to win you anything. LeVert, air ball. No shot clock violation, apparently. The Spurs caught that before it went off. Don McDermott brings it up the court. Sohan now with the ball running baseline, and he'll get it out to Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson, Jay Rich into the paint. To Bassey. Bassey's going to lose the ball. Turnover, San Antonio. Cavs on the run. Pushing the pace. 3:16 to go. Don Mitchell is going to get fouled by Jeremy Sohan. And they are not in the bonus. Lakers are in a rough situation right now. To be losing, and they were losing. Then I think they had a little bit of a winning streak, but haven't they started losing again, like 3 in a row, and not have a draft pick? That's rough. You're right. Kevin Love in the paint, misses the duck, puts it back though. Duck, I don't know, misses the simple shot. 83-67. 16-point game under 3 minutes to go. Jeremy Sohan guarded by Kevin Love, looking to maybe go one-on-one with him. Drives out to Bassey. Bassey thinks about the 3, pulls it down. I would have liked to see him launch it, and then turns the ball over. Fortunately for the Cavs, Karis LeVert immediately stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs ball. Yeah, Mr. Z. Well, that's their super team, but it's not so super. Timeout. 2:43 to go. Spurs up by 16. Yeah, I mean, when you look on paper, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, you would think top five best team in the NBA, but they certainly proved last year that was not the case. Right, Veronica? Take the shot! If you want to see TSR Sports, timeout Celtics and Lakers fans for being a dumb ASS, give me a hell yeah! I can't do Stone Cold's voice. See, when you say Prime AD is better than Duncan, now we know you don't watch basketball. All right. Boop. Enjoy your timeout. The fans demanded it. Anthony Davis is a very good player. I'm not going to take anything away from him. The dude's made of glass. He can't stay healthy. And you're talking about a five-time NBA champion who was the guy on his team. Make no mistake about it. Love me some David Robinson, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, but the majority of the Spurs championships, he was the guy. You might argue 14 wasn't because he was, pushing 40. Anthony Davis was not the guy when the Lakers won. LeBron James was the guy. And now Anthony Davis is on a super team and can't even find his way into a play in. If we watched the game together, we would be yelling. Yeah, we would. I'm sure if I watched a game with you guys, if we had a little TSR section in San Antonio next year, maybe we could plan that out. Just have me and a bunch of you guys. I mean, that would be awesome. You think the Spurs need more defenders or shooters? Yes. We need some milk. Um, I mean, if you look at our starting lineup as it is right now, from 5-1, Jakob Pertl can't shoot. Jeremy Sohan can't shoot. Keldon Johnson was a good three-point shooter. Has kind of lost his shot for now, but we'll assume he'll get back to form. So he's a shooter. Devasel a shooter, and then Trey Jones found his three-point shot briefly at the start of the season. That's kind of disappeared. He's not a shooter. So right now in the starting lineup, we don't have a lot of guys that can spread the floor. I think that's one of the big issues with the team. They're a young team. At the end of the game, who's going to be the guy? Devin Vassell showed us something the other night against the Heat, or afternoon. I did end up catching the game, by the way. I did see it. I just couldn't call it. He showed us that, maybe he could be that guy in the fourth quarter that when we need a shot, he can get the bucket. Yeah, Fat Cat, there are trolls that are going to pair Anthony Davis and say Davis is better than Duncan. And maybe athletically, he's a superior athlete. Durability is certainly not more superior. Hey, Josh Richardson for three. Spurs up by 19. I believe that's their biggest lead of the game, but basketball IQ, just fundamentals, that counts for something, and Tim Duncan had that in droves. And he just won. We have a foul on the Spurs. I think it's a non-shooting foul. TSR section would be lit. Duncan is the GOAT. Listen, I am a Spurs fan, and I'm biased towards the Spurs, but Jordan's still the GOAT for me. I'm sorry, Spurs fans. Tim Duncan was an incredible player, but I saw Michael Jordan. I watched the entire 90s run of Michael Jordan, and I've never seen somebody take over games on both ends of the floor like he did. Kobe's probably the closest after that. Don't get me wrong. I've seen Shaq do it at times. I've seen LeBron do it at times. I've seen Tim do it at times. But on a regular basis in the playoffs, just ridiculous. Trey Jones drives in the paint, throws up the layup, no good, but he is fouled going in line for two. Two shots. Maybe Veronica. Maybe me taking time off helped too. Dirk better than Duncan? No, I wouldn't. A better three-point shooter, yeah. I mean, a better shooter, yes. But overall player, no. Tim Duncan wasn't he all defensive every single year? Pretty much, he was in the NBA. And then he set a record for most all defensive teams picked. He was never defensive player of the year, but he was two-way player. Fat Cat, I agree. I'm a Spurs fan, but I have no problem saying Michael Jordan's the greatest player in my opinion, I've ever seen play the game. And people forget just they criticize his lack of 3-point shooting, but his mid range game was redonkulous. Evan Mobley with the jumper in the paint, just a absolutely lethal turnaround jumper. We know he could finish at the rim. It's been reported he may have had a 48-inch vertical, which is insane because he's 6'6", which means he could easily headbutt the rim. Bassie in the paint. Little jumper is going to roll around the rim and roll off. Dang it. Sir from the six, Sir Cardinal, good evening. We're talking about the GOATs in the NBA. And a troll said that Anthony Davis is better than Tim Duncan. Your thoughts? And who is your GOAT? Is it LeBron? Is it MJ? Is it somebody else? For me, it's Jordan. Kevin Love is going to get fouled in the paint. And the Cavs are in the bonus. That is 2 free throws for Kevin Love. 6 chips versus 5. That could have been 6. MJ's still the best for me over Kobe and LBJ, but I feel on off the court, Tim is close second. Well, off the court, we're talking off the court. My guy is one of the GOATs, David Robinson. I mean, the amount of stuff he has done for San Antonio, I believe him and his wife built a school, and to this day still put money into it. So as far as charitable contributions, DR has got to be way up there for NBA players. Love's first free throw was good. Should I take a shot? Sure. Jordan, that's it. Start from the 6. I always knew it was something about you I liked. Yeah. I know the debate will always be Jordan versus LeBron because LeBron brought scrub teams to the playoffs and, oh, Jordan had Pippen, which I hate that argument. Jordan had Pippen. So when LeBron won, he didn't win with anybody? Of course he did. He's moved around to multiple teams in his career. Jay Rich with a long 3. Good! And one? Shut the front door! But I will put LeBron James on my Mount Rushmore. If we're talking my Mount Rushmore from 90s to when I started watching it now, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. And I have to make my Mount Rushmore 5 because I got to squeeze 2 more players in there, Shaquille O'Neal and Tim Duncan. Bosch, yeah, Bosch Bosch was an all-star pretty much every year he was in Miami, and Dwayne Wade, while he wasn't quite the same player when LeBron got there, he was still a darn good player. Kyrie, we're getting a replay. Mobley jumped to where, the old number 2 incident with Golden State, and Josh Richardson landed on his foot. I think Cleveland was challenging that's a foul. That's a foul in today's NBA. You got to give the shooter clear pass to land. Carver Academy. Thank you, Stephanie. I couldn't remember the name of it. Yes, Carver Academy. James, that's one with a little bit of a push off. I was watching that live too. I was rooting against Jordan while we're in a coach's challenge. I rooted against him in the 90s. When they won the first one in the Lakers, I'm like, okay, but I was rooting for the Phoenix Suns versus Jordan, the Seattle Supersonics with Peyton and Kemp, rooting for the Jazz to win one because I was getting tired of seeing him win. And I swear, every game that they were losing, he'd hit a shot, the tongue would come out, and the game was over. Yes, the Bulls weren't perfect in the finals. They didn't sweep every final series they were in. I'm not sure they had any sweeps, but it never went past Game 6. There was never a Game 7 in the NBA Finals with Jordan at the helm. Common foul? Okay. Damian Hernandez, my man, what's going on? He's got number 1, MJ, 2, Kobe, 3, Magic, 4, Bird, 5, Kareem, 6, LeBron. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that list. One thing I've seen lately over the last few years is people are really starting to respect just how freaking good Larry Bird was. Watch highlights. The dude could pass like a point guard. He could shoot in a time when, the 3-point shot wasn't a thing. You dunk. Just injuries derailed his career. And playing a friggin' he had a stacked Celtics team. Playing a stacked Lakers team certainly didn't help. MJ did have a different level of Chris Laney, absolutely. I don't hate on Brady myself because my team took him down twice in the Super Bowl. They kind of suck back to sucking. Mobley with the jumper in the paint. Good one. The foul, not going to get it. 92-57. Both teams are in the bonus. Elijah one was ridiculous. That 2-year championship run, no, this Dream Shake, just he was unstoppable. Trey Jones will turn the ball over. Won the foul, didn't get it. Sir Cardinal, I put my Christmas decorations up. I gotta show you since you're here. This is the full couch contingent. We got there we go. I got a full cast and crew with me tonight. Selena Gomez, Grogu, and Rudolph. Darius Garland, step back three. It's good. He actually made a shot. He's been strong. Carlos with the super chat. Let me get that just a moment, man, at the end of the quarter. Josh Richardson for three. Ooh, brick. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Spurs are up by 14. We'll take that. Says, to the best YouTuber ever, my guy, mi amigo, my influencer Rich, a.k.a. TSR. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. It's very nice of you. I have had some audience members say that they started doing YouTube or some other things because of me, and seeing that is just to influence somebody and hopefully doing, keeping their channel mostly family friendly, which I think usually they are. That's pretty cool. Carlos with the dono. Butterfly, would you come to a Spurs game with all of us? Yeah, I don't have the biggest channel in the world, Sir Cardinal, as you're aware. I'm one of the smaller, my channel didn't grow as much as, say, as you or Entertainer or Bad Dog or the Sports Fury, so forth and so on, from kind of that 2019 crowd, because that's when a lot of us kind of started all streaming on the regular. But I do think one thing that I've always been is to try to be a little different in a good way. Between starting having co-hosts in 2019 when I had Butthead with me and Lego Batman, and I can remember half of them. The Cardboard Brittany was there. I've always tried to be just a little bit different and unique. That's not a knock to anybody else. I feel like I've always brought just a little something different. Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. Good night. Oh, good night, Zach. What's up? I'll let you guys. Sir, I do. It's just the team I'm covering is not very popular right now because they don't have a superstar. If the Spurs were to draft Victor Wembanyama first overall, I guarantee you everything I do on this channel would immediately triple. For me, for Clan the Spurs fan, for SSPN, for any Spurs 2 content creator, DC Tree Nation, there's not a ton of us out there, but our views would to skyrocket. And that's not to say the Spurs fan base is not loyal right now. It is, but they just don't have, well, they don't have the casual fan base, the kind of casual fan base that, let's say, LeBron James fans. They're fans of LeBron James that aren't fans of his team per se. They're fans of where LeBron goes, they go. And I have a friend like that. He was a Heat fan, then he was a Heat fan, then he was a Cavs fan, Heat fan, Cavs, and then Lakers. There's a lot of people that follow players now, not teams. And we haven't had a star on the team really since Kawhi left. No disrespect to DeMar DeRozan. He is a very good player. You saw him in Toronto, but he's not a top tier guy like Kawhi was when he was in his prime. Yeah, he's not in his prime anymore since the injury, or LeBron James, Steph Curry, etc. I started following you back in India. Well, India, really? Moved to the States this year and still love watching your content. I love to send a super chat, but I don't like how YouTube take. I don't like that either. YouTube does take 30% of all super chats. I understand taking something, like 15%, but they do take a large portion. I've always talked to you guys, if you want to support the channel, thumbs up. And, somebody asked, you guys have been asking me to bring memberships back. I'm going to see the Spurs in April here. Nice. Nice, buddy. I might bring channel memberships back just because people have been asking for it, but I would bring it back at the lowest possible level, which would be $1. We have just a scrum for the ball. Finally, scrum. Watching rugby. Finally gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs ball up by 12. Yaka's been out way too long. I'm rich. Oh, I do need to change the quarter four. Thank you. I forgot to do that. Appreciate you. Thank you, Alex. Ducky's in time. You know what? I really appreciate you guys. A few have sent me stuff to the P.O. Box. When you guys just send a handwritten thank you, stuff like that is just awesome. When you actually take the time to write a letter and say, this, that, and the other. Stuff like that really means a lot. Dougie Brick. Oh, come on. Did we get to 100 thumbs up yet? We're still only at 92. Fourth quarter, we don't have 100. I told you guys the struggle's real with the Spurs struggling. Struggle's real for my channel. We don't have 100 of these yet. We used to get to 100 by halftime. Where's the love for TSR tonight? Cavs ball, 11-11 to go, 92 to 80. Garland pull up Jay. That is no good. Jared Allen with the rebound, gets fouled by Zach Collins. Non-shooting. Did you, Jay San Antonio? Nice. I was out and about. I met a fan at Freddy's, two fans. Met quite a few people at the ATT Center, which was really cool to have people come up to you and say they're subscribed to your channel. To have staff members that work at the ATT Center to say they're subscribed to the channel, that was just beyond cool. And then to have Sean Elliott see a fan come up to me and talk about how they love my channel, and have Sean Elliott look at me like, wait, who are you and what do you do? Because I could tell, because people were coming up to see him, and then somebody came up to see me. That's a turnover for the Spurs. That was just a highlight of the day right there. And getting to meet Sean was just awesome. Karis LeVert into the paint, layup good. And this is only a 10-point game. The Cavs have been scrappy tonight. Serve from the sixth, that's a fact. She's all about Dougie's looks. Calvin with the ball right now, gets into the paint. Pull up Jay is going to bounce off the rim, no good. The Cavs have a chance to get this to single digits. Looks don't win Spurs game. Good looks, as in a good look at the shit. Oh boy. Karis LeVert for three. It is a 7-point game. I don't look better. I know on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a solid 2 or a 3. I can freely admit that. Yeah, Brian. It's actually a 7-point game. The lead. I did mention to Cavs fans throughout the night. We have had trouble closing games out, and I hope this isn't one of those games. They keep showing this blonde shaking her butt, and they're. I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do nothing. So that's what it is. Stephanie, yeah, let's go Spurs. But the team is we've had a lot of fourth quarter woes since I've started this channel. The Spurs have had a losing season every year. 4 years on this YouTube channel. I've been on YouTube since 2006, but on this particular channel, 4 years, 4 losing seasons in a row. Come on, man. How? Maybe next year. We get one of the top 2 picks, Victor Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson. You know, Wembanyama is intriguing to me because we have such a rich history of great big men. I mean, at least in my lifetime. David Robinson, Tim Duncan. Wouldn't it be nice to slide Victor, an NBA champion, Victor Wembanyama in there? 4-time champion with the Spurs? I don't know. I might be a curse, right? I mean, the Giants have sucked the whole time since I started this channel, but they sucked long before that. The Yankees have been, even though I don't cover them on the channel anymore, I'm still a fan. They've been a playoff disappointment every year. The United States Women's National Team did win the World Cup, and I called that. That was the first thing I called for them on this channel was the World Cup in 2019. That's when I discovered CP23 Kristen Press. And then they did lose in the Olympics last year. It was supposed to be 20. It was last year. Or did not win a gold medal, which anything less than a gold medal for that team was a disappointment. Now the team is in a massive turnover with a lot of the players that were on the 2019 World Cup aren't going to be on the 2023 World Cup. Maybe a little luck, Jason. My Mount Rushmore for NFL. I look like Eminem. My Mount Rushmore for NFL. I mean, I got to put Brady on it. I'm not a fan, but how do I not put Tom Brady on it? So if I'm putting 4 players since I started watching in the late 80s, Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor. I'm a Giants fan, but Lawrence Taylor changed the game. Literally changed the way the game was played because of his pass rush. You know, this might be more of a homie pick, like just somebody I watched. But to watch this guy play on such a crap team year in, year out, and just shock me with his ability on the field, Barry Sanders. So there you go. 3 offensive players, 1 defensive player. Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, and Lawrence Taylor. Spurs ball, 2 on the shot clock. Well, that's going to be a shot clock violation. Well, nope. That's going to be a turnover instead. Wow. The Cavs are going to be able to cut this lead down even more. Come on, Spurs, wake up. And the Cavs will turn the ball over. They tried to get an Isaac Okoro in the corner and just end up throwing the ball away. Spurs ball. I did not start rooting for the Spurs at the lowest point. I actually found out that I use the word actually, damn it. I've been a Spurs fan longer than I've been a New York Giants fan. I thought it was the other way around. I was reading a Spurs book that was talking about the Rod Strickland turnover in the playoffs versus the Portland Trailblazers. I remember watching that live, and that took place in May of 1990. I became a Giants fan in September 1990. So I've been a Spurs fan since the middle of David Robinson's rookie year. I thought for sure his sophomore years when I started, Zach Collins with the jumper in the paint good. I really had no idea I was a Spurs fan that long. I've been telling you guys, a Spurs fan since early 91. Nope, closer to early 90. Another turnover for the Cavs. What's going on here? Hello, Andrew. Donovan Mitchell, CJ. I can't see the whole Cavs roster. Well, I'll look for number 45 right now. He's in the game. Some light Go Spurs Goes chants in the crowd. Kelman forces a shot, no good. Spurs still with the ball, 7 on the shot clock. Jay Rich going to drive, pull up jumper. Josh Richardson having a great game. Leonardo, good evening. Jacob Frederick, good evening to you. Karis LeVert drives, throws it up off the glass, good, and it's a single-digit game again, 96-87. Kelvin Johnson drives into the post, guarded by Garland, little size mismatch. We'll get it back to Doug McDermott. Dougie with the runner, good! 11-point game. We did, Andrew. We did get to 100. Any news on Blake Wesley? He has been playing 3-on-3. I'm guessing he'll be back maybe next week. Smash that thumbs up with the $5 super chat. He says, the Spurs are just like my Falcons. They always find a way to give up big leads. I'm not saying anything. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not going there. Zach Collins with the layup in the paint. No good. Come on, Zach. Dunk it. Don't Jakob Poeltl those shots. I guess that's what it's called when you don't dunk. You Jakob Poeltl it. Sorry, Jakob. Garland gets to Jared Allen. He dunks it. And we have a player down holding their ankle. Oh, my clock is not running. Shoot. Out of a bucket. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Clock is running now. Collins in the paint gets rejected from behind, and we're going to have a whistle. Zach Collins going to the line for 2. Staying close. Evan Mobley in the game? I think so. Let me see if I see number 4 out there. Well, maybe not. See Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Donovan Mitchell. I can't see the other 2 Cavs that are on the floor right now. I liked Peyton Manning back in the day. It was good. Just couldn't quite get it done in the playoffs. I don't know if Mobley's out there, but Zach Collins makes his first free throw. Spurs up by 10. Spurs will be the first team likely to hit 100. Who the heck is Bad Bunny? Langford was one holding his ankle. Yeah, he's coming out of the game right now. And the dude is injury prone. I hate to say it, but look at his career in the NBA. I hope he's not dinged up at all. Yes, they were. Phenomenon Hoops. I hope he comes to San Antonio. It would help the team. It would give them national attention, and it would certainly help my channel. No doubt. Karis LeVert, pull-up jumper in the paint is good. Cavs are just hanging around with 7 minutes to go. Yeah, I don't know who Bad Bunny is. Trey Jones drives in the paint, throws up the layup. Good. Rich is a Puerto Rican singer. What? Huh? LeVert's playing well right now in the 4th quarter. Garland off the glass. Good. Halfway through pretty much the 4th quarter, and the Cavs are just kind of hanging around here at the end. Down by 8, 101-93. Keldon baseline or corner 3, no good. I don't know who Bad Bunny is. Is that a rapper or a wrestler? Android plays. Good evening. Garland with the shot and one. Cavs have a chance to cut it to 5. The Giants are on Sunday Night Football versus the Commanders. They keep changing their name. I forgot who it is. Pistons encouraged Cade to get surgery so they could increase odds of getting number 1 pick. Wait, he's dead? Sir, rapper and wrestler? All I know is I saw something with the WWE recently where they're like, Roman Reigns is coming back. And I was like, great. One of the guys I can't stand the most out of the current roster. He's one of the few I do know. Good evening to you, sir. Do you think we should be worried about Wemby's? Yes. Tony. Anybody drafting Victor Wembanyama is going to have that little nervous part of them. He's got an injury history. And we've seen come on, take a look at Chet Holmgren. He's already out for the year. Jay Rich, difficult pull-up jumper, nails the shot, Spurs back up by 7. Not dead. Okay, good. Under 6 minutes to go. I don't know. I just switched that. Donovan Mitchell pull-up jumper is good. Team's going back and forth right now. I mean, when I think wrestling, I'm all about the 80s and Hulkamania and then the late 90s with the Attitude Era. Those are the 2 times I watched the most. What great eras they were. Trey Jones jumper in the paint, good. Phenomenal. The 2 best eras in the history of wrestling, bar none. The Hulkamania era and Attitude Era. Donovan Mitchell gets the ball into the paint, pull-up jumper, good. D. Mitch taking over the game. The draft lottery's in June for the NBA and then April for, well, it's not a draft lottery. For the NFL, the draft is in April. Trey Jones in the paint, pull-up jumper. And one! Trey Jones taking over the game! All right! Were you watching too then, Sir Cardinal? I mean, come on. Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant, the Hart Foundation, and so many others. Fast forward a decade and some change. And then you got the NWO and Goldberg over here. You got D-Generation X, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, The Undertaker, Kane, Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack. I mean, just The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the B.A. Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. Yeah, I love me some. Free throws good. 3-point pay by Trey Jones. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Apologize. And a timeout. Timeout Cavaliers. What's the score in that football game? Goldberg. Ultimate Warrior. Hulk Hogan. When you travel to WrestleMania. I loved D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels era. They were so freaking raunchy and just pushed the envelope on what you could do on TV. Constantly getting in trouble with USA until they finally did a speech where they were throwing all these curse words in, and it was. I love those days. That impression was something, I'll tell you that. Would you like to get Jared Butler? Indifferent. Man, Russell Wilson. First, hope he's okay. I thought for sure Russell Wilson in Denver would be money, and it has been nothing short of a disaster. You put an S in front of Hitman, and you have my You put an S in front of Hitman, and you have my opinion of Bret Hart. Rich, do you lose your voice on the Spurs games? Sometimes. I don't have to work tomorrow, so it's good. I'm off tomorrow. Would rather be working. I really, 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 really don't want to go to a funeral tomorrow. Go figure who does. Jake the Snake. Man, Jason, really ahead of his time. Was not a great performer in the ring. Not bad, but not a great performer. Had an innovative finisher that, at the time, the DDT was a finisher, but just ring psychology and his ability to give an interview and make you believe that This dude was going to go out there and do something bad to somebody. Patch 20 cards 13. Thank you. Broncos have 20 plus on the IR. Really? That's a lot. The Undertaker. I that was a guy I liked. Rest in peace. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my Undertaker. There you go. Little Taker and Paul Bear. Giants sucks. Yep. Transformers. Are you kidding me? Autobots, transform and roll for it. Not only did I love the Transformers, but I thought it was hilarious when you'd be watching Transformers because they were always screwing up with the airplanes on the Decepticons. You'd see like 2 Thundercrackers or 2 Starscreams or 3 Skywarps, and it's like, wait a minute, what? When there's only supposed to be 1 of each. Mitchell for a long 3, no good. Charles Bassey with the rebound. Under 5 minutes ago, the Spurs are up by 8. Thank you, Dan. Adrian, yes, we would need very few wins to get Wemby. Demisel with the jumper. 10-point lead again, 4.5 to go. Triple H is your favorite? I didn't know that. Indeed. SmackDown #1 announcer. Mobley misses the shot in the paint and then dunks his own miss home. Indeed. My favorite tag team of all time? Demolition. Greatest WWF theme song of all time? Demolition. I stand by it. Trey Jones misses in the paint. Charles Bassey gets quintuple teamed, gets it out of there. Vassell cross court to Josh Richardson. Richardson jumper no good. Mobley with the rebound. Alex, yeah, I got a little talent with my voice. Fortunately, probably nothing will ever happen with it. I am a singer as well. TSR Music rocking a solid like 353 subscribers. Part of the problem with the channel though is I do political stuff on there. I won't share my political opinion on here. It's not the place. But over there I do. And some people probably like it. Some probably don't. It is what it is. What I do know is we have 3.5 minutes left and we got a 6-point lead in what's been a very interesting ball game. Spurs trying to close out this game and extend their winning streak to 3. Sohan for 3. Oh, mama. Shot clock violation and that, oh. Wow. That shot looked like a boy trying to touch a boob for the first time and getting that bra off. I'm just saying, he overshot the rim by about 3 feet and airball that thing. The XFL's coming back? We got another timeout. I can't get excited for that. I'm used to the XFL coming back and then getting canceled for a year or forever. Yeah, I know, sir, from the sit, but the first time you're trying to get the brawn done, and it's a mess. That 3-pointer looked like that. Jeremy Sohan seriously needs to improve that 3-point shot. That shot might be in Shaq in a full. You know what? You're right. That was ugly. That was an oogly 3 from Jeremy Sohan. I like Jeremy. Don't get me wrong. I can make y'all laugh. Who's going to win? Cassius, you can put money on this. The team that scores the most points is going to win the game. There's your hot take for the night. Yeah, now you just started some random old school WWE or WWF back then because they got the F out. That was actually their promotion. Actually, that was the promotion back in the early 90s. Early 2000s, excuse me, when the WWF had to change their name because of the World Wildlife Fund, who was also the WWF. Their slogan was "Get the F out" because they had to literally get the F out and became the WWE, which they've been since 2003. I believe 2003 is when they had to legally change their name. And for the longest time, the WWF logo was blurred in footage. Jared Allen goes up for the dunk, misses, fouled by Zach Collins, going to the line for 2. Fair, Brian. That is a hot take and not a good one. Maddox, I'm glad to be back. I needed some time off. My man, Sir from the Sixers, in the chat right now. I know he can relate. He's been taking some time off from YouTube. And that's not me calling you out in any negative way. That's as YouTube content creators, and we've both been on YouTube for a long, long time. Sometimes you just need a break. Or a Kit Kat. Or both. First free throw is good. We got a 5-point game. What the what? I'm over here chatting with you guys and calling the game. I don't realize we're only up by 5 now. Second free throw for Allen is good. It's a 4-point game. Sir stream. Yes, he did, Adrian. He was a beast when it came to streaming. Usually 6 to 7 nights a week, sometimes a lot of doubleheaders. Props, man. He worked his butt off. Keldon Johnson, airball. They've been blocked. This is getting a lot closer than this is already too close. Donovan Mitchell with the ball, and we know he can take over the game. We'll kick it out for 3. No good. Karis LeVert. Now we're going to have a foul. It's going to go against Zach Collins. I could go for a Snickers right now. I think Wemby will be a Piston or Magic. Pile up on Carl and Victor Wembanyama. That's not a bad one, too. Favorite food, pizza. The Cavs are taller, Leonardo. That was a problem. I mean, I mentioned that at the start of the stream. Like, their size is going to give us issues. We're up by 4. 2.5 minutes to go. And Mobley throws it away. Turnover, Cavaliers. Good afternoon, aggressive. I really could go for a Kit Kat. Now you guys are talking about it. I don't have any here. 110-106. The Cavs are in the bonus. Spurs looking to close a very tough game against the Cavs tonight and extend that winning streak to 3. Devin Vassell, will he take over here in the fourth quarter for the Spurs? Free throw line jumper. Good! And I was just saying earlier in the stream, Devin Vassell, will he be our closer? He showed us something against the Heat. Can he show us that again tonight? 6-point game. 2 minutes remaining. Darius Garland drives on the paint, dishes it off. Allen, jump hook is an air ball. Spurs ball. Come on, Spurs. I want to win tonight. We got a pretty good crowd here. Can we get to 150 thumbs up? We haven't gotten to 150 in some time. The Spurs might just be turning their season around a bit here. Keldon, corner 3. Nope. Trey Jones with the offensive rebound. I think we might have an offensive foul in San Antonio. We do. Are they looking at it? I hope they're not looking at it. Let me see what happened on the replay. I'm trying to see where the foul is. Darius Garland, I don't know what happened to him. He got knocked down. I didn't see what happened in the replay. The camera angle, the angle to dangle was not where I could see what was happening. I don't know what just happened, Andrew. I saw Garland go down, but I didn't see what happened. Brian, yes. Collins needs some self-control. I would agree. We do have a couple free throws for Darius Garland. He's okay, which is good. I do not wish injury on the other team ever. Garland's first free throw is good. We got a game here in San Antonio, 112-107. I want to thank you all for hanging out, whether you're a Spurs fan, Cavs fan. I can't really see what happened to Garland. All right, this is a good angle right here. Jared Allen hit Garland in the face. Jared Allen did that! What? Jared Allen accidentally hit Darius Garland in the face, and now they got 2 free throws out of that. What the fudgety fudge? He got hit by his own teammate. They just showed in the replay. I kid you not. He got hit in the face by Jared Allen, went down, and the refs called a foul. Trey Jones drives to the paint, layup no good. And it is finally Cavs ball. That's stupid. Self-inflicted by your own teammate. Mitchell pull up in the paint is no good. And now 5 bodies hit the floor. And I think Collins had it. I don't know if they called a foul, timeout. What happened here? Good evening, Ryan. Come to Rita's on the Riverwalk. I'll hook you up with some delicious food. All right, sounds good, Jay. San Antonio. Well, I will not ask for money on this chat in this channel. If y'all offer me free food in San Antonio, I'm not going to say no. I'm not stupid. Yeah, Donovan's trying to sell a foul. It's going to be a jump ball. Zach Collins and Karis LeVert. Some weird calls here at the end. Said like Ralphie. I don't remember how he says that in A Christmas Story. I've only seen that once. The bodies did hit the floor. I would yell that, but it's the end of the night and my voice is shot. 106. Well, I got 105. 106 remaining in the game. 112, 108. The Cavs are in the bonus. Spurs and Cavaliers fans, thank you both for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you no matter what happens. GG. Fans are chanting, ref, you suck. Yeah, they do. And below. Ooh. I don't know whose ball it is. Spurs ball. Spurs ball. Ball was knocked out of bounds. It is going to be Spurs ball. 1:03 left. 4-point game. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. And a technical. I think somebody just got teed up on the Cavs. Oh, Mitchell may have thrown it off. Let me take a look at the replay. Oh, that actually should be Cavs ball. I call it like I see it. Don Mitchell with a beautiful play. Him and Josh Richardson were going out of bounds. Mitchell takes the ball, throws it off of Josh Richardson's leg. It should actually be Cavs ball. That being said, the Cavs just got to give me literally 30 seconds ago when Jared Allen hit his own teammate, I think it was Garland, in the face, and the Cavs got 2 free throws out of that. We're in a timeout right now. I don't think Chet Holmgren's going to play this season. Brief timeout, come back, okie dokie. They don't deserve the ball based on the cheap call they got previously. But if I'm calling it like I see it, the ball did go off of Josh Richardson, and it should be Cavs ball. No idea, William. I will do an end of the game recap. Well, not a recap, but we'll look at I'll pull up the stats at the end of the game and go over them with you guys real quick. It's been a good game. I mean, this is a game on paper the Spurs should be losing, and they fought hard tonight. And I'm proud of the team no matter what happens. And, I prefer a win, which would make a very unexpected 3-game winning streak. And this is a team that just recently had an 11-game losing streak. And this is a replay right now. Luka has 30 already versus OKC. Is he? I'm not sure. This might be a challenge. It did go off Josh Richardson. There's no doubt in my mind on that. They're showing, it's clearly off Josh Richardson. They ran into the scores table on top of it. Both J. Rich and D. Mitch, whose names rhyme. Go figure. I don't know if the Cavs have any. I don't watch these things with sound on. I can barely hear anything. I can hear the whistles, so I know when to stop the clock. So I don't know if this is a challenge or an instant replay. My apologies. Or I don't know what they're doing. It's a challenge. It's a challenge by the Cavs. Okay, I do see the challenge up, so the Cavs are challenging it. The Cavs should win this challenge because it does go off Josh Richardson. Brian, I mean, anything's possible. This should not take long for a replay. I don't know why it's already taken this long. Donovan Mitchell clearly throws the ball off Josh Richardson. Now, I don't know. Maybe Donovan Mitchell stepped out of bounds in the process. Cavs ball. Overturn. Cavs got the challenge. 10-72. No, that'd be terrible, Adrian. I don't want the Spurs to be 10-72. For starters, that would be their worst season of all time. That would be one of the NBA's worst seasons of all time. And it would be so hard to cover them on this channel, just losing. For my own selfish reasons, I wouldn't want that to happen. If you want a bottom 4 pick, fine, but don't make us 10-72. At least make us 20-62. Asparagus, agree. Not a fan. All right, Cavs ball. Got a minute to go. D. Mitch, guarded by Josh Richardson, takes the 3. Misses the 3. Gets his own miss. The putback is going to roll in. My clock's not running. It'll catch up. Under a minute to go. 112, 110. I'll just make sure when they... There we go. We got a foul. Offensive foul! On Zach Collins. Wow, that is timeout. That's his 5th foul. And I just said to you guys earlier in the stream, he gets too many damn fouls. I know he plays nasty, whatever. He's been in foul trouble every single game, pretty much. Jako's been out. Who's going to win? Butong Yolo, the team that scores the most points, definitely going to win the game. Zach Collins, 9 points and 5 fouls. Man, the fouls every night. 5 or 6 fouls with this guy. He doesn't need a Snickers. He needs some milk. Come on, Zach, use your head. Jeez. 5 fouls, 6 fouls, 5 fouls, 5 fouls, 6 fouls, 5 fouls. Enough already. Don't get me wrong. I like Zach Collins. I'm rooting for him. But how the hell are you going to be a starter in the NBA when you're averaging 5.5 fouls every night or for the week? You know what I mean? I'm upset. There might be a little flappy, floppy, flaccid going on here. I don't know. 2-point game. We're up by as much as 19. That may have been a little flop in action by Karis LeVert. He may have just, flopped a bit, aka sold the foul. And as a Spurs fan, wasn't Manu Ginobili a bit of a floppy? He brought the Euro step, but he may brought some floppiness in. No problem, AJ. Appreciate y'all being here. If you could hit the thumbs up, would appreciate you. It does help the channel, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's get back to the game. LeVert will get into Donovan Mitchell. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Cavs can go for 2 for 1 here. Mobley gets blocked by Collins, and he's fouled. That's going to be the 6th foul on Zach Collins. I think that's on Zach Collins. He hit the ball first. He got the ball first. No, he got him on the arm first. Zach Collins is going to foul out again. Good God. And the Cavs are in the bonus, so that is 2 free throws for the Cavaliers, a chance to tie it at the line. I don't like modern day officiating either, not because it's working against my team here at the 4th quarter, just in general. I don't like 8 million free throws a game. You missed the first free throw, the ball to the line. That actually was a foul. It was a foul. It still sucks. For those of you just coming in, the Cavs got a gimme about 3 minutes ago. Jared Allen hit Darius Garland in the face, and they got 2 free throws out of that. He made the second one. We got a 1-point game. Spurs have 2 timeouts. The Cavs have 1. Cavs are in the bonus. Trey Jones will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 112 to 111. Trey Jones over to Josh Richardson. Jay Rich to Charles Bassey. 10 on the shot clock. Bassey looking a little lost. Gets it to Trey Jones. 6 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Jones drives. Throws up the layup. No good. Cavs can hold for the last shot. Donovan Mitchell into the paint. Layup is rejected. Cavs still have the ball. Darius Garland baseline 3 is no good. Mitchell with the rebound, and the ball's rolling around, and that is it! Mitchell had a chance to win it as well as Cavs had multiple shots to win the game. Game over! The Spurs have now won 3 games in a row, and they are fired up. Look how happy our guys are to get that win. How can you be a Spurs fan, look at them and say, I hope you lose? That's just my take. Good game, Cavaliers. Man, holy crap, that came down to the last second. The Opinion Sports, I don't want to say they tried to screw them. The Spurs certainly weren't getting any help. You guys, if you could hit the thumbs up on the way out, get us up to 150, maybe get us up to 200, would appreciate you. Cavs had, I want to look at the end of the game again. Mitchell took the ball into the paint, gets rejected. They get it out. 3-point attempt is short. Mitchell gets the offensive rebound and then loses the ball. The ball's rolling around the ground. Clock runs out, and there's your game. Good game. That was a 1-point game. What more can you ask for as an NBA fan? A game that comes down to the wire, and a 1-point game. Let's get to some quick stats to wrap it up. Zach Collins fouls out again. Maybe we should just start Charles Bassey at center. What do you guys, Spurs fans? Until Jakob comes back, do you want to see him try Bassey in the starting lineup? All right, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Lamar Stevens didn't take a shot tonight. He didn't take a shot. 0 points. Evan Mobley with 17 points, 13 rebounds. Jared Allen with 16 points. Donovan Mitchell with 28. Darius Garland had 18, 7, and 9, which is fine. But he did shoot only 7 of 22 from the field. Kevin Love off the bench with 7. Karis LeVert led the bench scoring with 23 on 9 of 13 shooting. Fantastic night for him. C.D. Osman with 2. And Isaac Okoro came out and threw up a donut. For San Antonio Spurs, Keldon Johnson with 21 and 6, however, had a very poor shooting night. Kind of reverting back to old Keldon. 8 of 25 from the field and 1 of 6 from the arc. That's just not going to cut it. He's got to get better. Isaiah Roby started tonight. He had 9 points. Zach Collins had a nice line of 9, 10, and 5, but he also had 6 freaking personal fouls. Romeo Langford, seems like the magic is worn off offensively. He only had 3 points tonight. Trey Jones with 15 points and 5 assists. Off the bench, Josh Richardson, our most valuable player off the bench, and actually led all scorers for the Spurs with 24 points on 9 of 13 shooting. Jeremy Sohan had 2. Devin Vassell was also solid off the bench with 16. I expect him to be in the starting lineup Wednesday versus the Blazers. Charles Bassey with 6 points and 11 rebounds off the bench in 20 minutes. And then Doug McDermott gave us 7 points in limited action as well. 3 wins in a row, Spurs fans. 3 wins in a row. Command Ninja, I think he'll be starting next game. Good win. Good win. I will be live Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the Spurs and the Blazers. Can they make it 4 in a row? I don't know. If you can get to 150 here, I would appreciate you. And, wow. I'm happy. I'm happy. And if you ain't down with that, boop, boop, and a beep, bop. All right, that's all I got. I'm going to wrap it up, my friends. It's about 11 o'clock, so I need to get rolling. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Spurs win 3 in a row. I'll take it. Until next time, what you going to do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!